We're on the air. Hey, this is Ross Payton with Roleplaying Public Radio. We're playing Eclipse here with the Patreon backers. This game is called the Evac, and we have 5 brave souls willing to protect the Earth from the fall. Yeah, we'll go with that. So this is obviously a game made possible by the RPPR Patreon. Thank you, everyone who helps back it. And if you're listening to this, enjoy. So let's introduce this squad. It is the fall, where everything is just going terribly for many reasons. It has been a day since, people all over the world started dying, and everything went to shit really quickly, and nobody's sure exactly what's happening. Things are very chaotic. So all of you are people from various. This is America, the continental United States. We'll say the Chicago area, or no, we'll say around New York. Around New York, it's the
Always
city.
New York.
Yeah.
So nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. So all of you are the last survivors of various squads, be they police or military or what have you. So we'll just go ahead and introduce. We'll start from left to right on my little screen thing. So Dylan, introduce your character and what happened to your previous squad.
Okay, I'm playing Sergeant Ezekiel Chikwe, recently of the Nigerian Police Mobile Force. Sergeant Chikwe was one of the folks that was escorting refugees to the laser lift array at Kilimanjaro, and he is the only person who made it that far and made it back onto the international travel networks that have circulated him back up to the US. So
Okay.
he is a battered paramilitary policeman.
All right, yeah, things have gone very bad in Africa, and New York seems to be one of the last cities standing because of their just massive amount of police and military force there. So you've been rerouted there, and you've just shown up and assigned to a new squad. And next up we have Jeb.
All right, I'm Jeb. I'm playing Hawitak Sarit. He's a Thai military. His squad was the 6th Forward Recon Armor Division, who was taken out by a rogue warbot. He's the only survivor. He is known as Pee-wee because no one knows to spell his name correctly. So he is here now, doing his best.
All right. Again, people think people can travel very fast, and obviously everyone is going to the few remaining safe zones, even as though they are shrinking by the hour. Next up, we have Noah.
Hi, I am playing Baki, the ultimate mercenary, who has basically his squad was destroyed as they were trying to get one of their hired MVPs off planet, and he is pretty much the only one left, and he's made his way to New York to basically fight the good fight until the end, pretty much.
All right, he's in it to win it.
We can do it, guys.
Yes. Next up, we have Richard.
Hi, this is Richard. I'm going to be playing Shayak Khan from Srinagar, India. I was once part of the military there, but as a lower-ranked grunt, when I saw the way things were going, I bailed out. Unfortunately, I was arrested upon entry into the United States, but upon looking at my unique skill set, they made me an offer I could not refuse.
Take this gun, shoot those things that keep screaming and bleeding.
And maybe you'll get off the planet.
And maybe you'll get off the planet. And then finally we have Raymond. Hello?
Raymond.
Sorry, I forgot that I had pressed the mute button on my microphone. I'm Raymond. I'll be playing Ikram Forrest. I am French-Tunisian from Mars. I was working security, and I just came back to Earth with my squad, and while we were reporting to the head office, the entire thing was blown up by rogue flying machines.
All right. Yes, it is. It is very chaotic. So the remnants of the command and control structures are piecing together squads now from survivors, and just sending them on missions to try and hold the line as long as possible, presumably to evac them. Although, of course, you don't know exactly what's going on. There's a lot of chaos. In fact, the city itself is mostly on fire and rioting. Well, not all of it's on fire, but you can see fires in the distance burning. You are, as we begin, all of you have left various depot, or actually have all bundled onto a helicopter, and you're being dropped off at Mercy Hospital to your new mission. You have all been hastily put into the same TACnet. Your muses are trying to install it and configure it correctly. You're just now getting your biofeedback levels from each other, and the standard kind of messaging information as the encrypted TACnet login protocols are authenticating. So you are being dropped off at the roof of Mercy Hospital. Your commander, you have been assigned to, let's say, a Captain Greystone. Those of you, again, will use networking firewall for basically networking military or networking police/law enforcement. So you can give me those kind of networking checks to see if you recognize that name. But Captain Greystone has told you that the hospital is an important area, and you need to hold it and protect it until a evac ship arrives, a large transport helicopter to get certain VIPs out of the hospital and into a military base. So as you are going in, everyone can first give me the two checks. One for see if you recognize Captain Greystone, and two perception checks as you survey the area around the hospital. The screaming, the roars, the gunfire, it's very chaotic, so you want to try and get a sense of what's going on. So we'll just go. You can use Dice Stream to roll, and if we'll use the honor system if you're not using webcam. So
I do not know this person at all.
yeah.
Who's
So
that
Dylan.
I seem to have rolled 3 dice by mistake here. Let me clear that off. So I fail on the networking, and I pass on the perception.
All right, so you haven't heard of Captain Greystone, but that's not surprising. The perception, you can see there's actually at ground level, you can see that there is a huge mass of just humanity around the hospital that is being stood off by a group of desperate security troopers and bots that are opening fire. It looks like just thousands and thousands of rioters. It looks like are trying to get into the hospital, and they're just leveling what firepower they have. The defenders of the hospital to keep them away. So, Jeb.
Yes.
Did you make either of those skill checks?
I failed the networking. I did make the perception.
Okay. So in addition to that, you don't focus on that so much. You do notice, though, that there are groups of people rolling cars, some of which are on fire, towards the hospital. They're also taking shelter behind it, so it's almost like a medieval siege
barricade.
Mobile mobile cover, basically.
Yes.
So we'll just go again from left to right. Noah.
I don't have networking. I have networking hypercore, and I have interest military history. Would either one of those give me anything on?
Interest military history would certainly work.
Okay. I fail my military history, and I pass my perception.
All right, so again, you see the basic situation. You can tell that the defenders are rapidly running out of ammo. They've moved into basically semi-auto fire instead of just, pray and spray. They're just basic level security pod morphs running basic AI. Run by basic AI, not much more sophisticated than your Muse. So that's they're the rioters though So that's what you see. Richard?
I don't have an appropriate networking skill, and I failed my perception. So I'm
Alright.
just looking at my gun and just waiting for this to be over.
Yeah, it's really loud and chaotic, and it's daytime, by the way, like late afternoon. But there's the
Better
smoke.
off in Bahamagar.
Yeah, the smoke is just everywhere. It's getting to be very dark. And finally, Raymond.
So I got a 39 on my perception, which is a success for me.
All right.
And I don't have a relevant networking skill, but could I roll profession law enforcement to kind
Yes.
of get to assess
Definitely.
the situation? Definitely. I got a 29, which is also a success.
All right. So perception-wise, you can also see. You look at the riders themselves, and they just look animalistic. They're covered in blood. A lot of them. They're carrying just primitive weapons like clubs and axes and that kind of thing. Some of them have guns that they're firing. Some of them are dry firing their guns, like they don't even remember how to reload, or they don't even realize. Yeah. And they are getting angrier and angrier the longer they're being denied. When some of them get shot, they jump back, but then they start charging for it. So it's like a surge, almost like the tide, just back and forth, back and forth. But each time they get a little closer and closer. You estimate maybe 15 minutes before they break the line, because those security troopers down there and security pods are not going to do so well in hand-to-hand combat. This is a hospital, not a fucking fortress.
Right.
Glass wall, lots of windows, that kind of thing.
Who's the guy in charge here again?
Yes, and that's the next thing. Captain Greystone, you recognize that name because it's not a name, it's a cutout identity. It is commonly used by special forces types when they are on secret missions, when they have to interface with cops and other things. It's a Mr. Smith kind of thing.
Yeah.
So this is
So many
obviously.
Smith.
Yeah. So so you're dealing with something. This is not just a normal mission. So Captain Greystone is coordinating you. You get a bunch of mission objectives up on your TAC nets. He says he is trying his own. He's working to get the evac people to the roof. So he is doing that. A couple of them have. He says there are a couple of infiltrators in the hospital already. So he's got his hands filled dealing with that. You need to deal with the bulk of the crowd outside. So the following 5 objectives pop up, or actually 4 objectives, pop up immediately. One is to set up sentry guns and bots. There was a drop-off, and there are some cases which are geotagged. One's on the roof. A few are near the hospital. They didn't quite, kind of overshot it a little bit. That will have heavy mounted sentry guns, basically, with lots of ammo. So that's get that up, put them in good fields of fire. The other one would be to mark targets for a ring of fire protocol, which is essentially there is a short-range, medium-range missile launcher positioned nearby that needs good coordinates to set up essentially a coordinated napalm strike that will basically surround the hospital in a ring of fire. That would be good. The objective 3, though, would be blowing buildings up to block off access. It would be blowing up simply the sides of buildings to block off street access, so that more. It seems this has become the center point of center point of the riot, and more rioters are coming in for unknown reasons. And then finally, there were, like you mentioned earlier, there were some infiltrators in the hospital that Greystone and his team are personally dealing with. However, these infiltrators are believed to dropped off some suspicious-looking bags in the lobby. So someone needs to go deal with them because, they're the security troopers on the ground are don't want to blow them up, but they haven't blown yet. So who knows what's going on. So yeah, that's actually one of the things he does mention. The reason why probably they haven't blown up yet is they put up jamming radio jammer to jam signals, so they can't talk to the security troopers downstairs, but probably that's keeping the bags from triggering. So you guys can talk to each other. You guys don't even know each other at this point. You're all strangers to each other, and you can start running because you have TACnet. You can talk to each other all the time, and you can figure out what objectives you want to do. So
I'm going to walk up to the South African policeman. I think it was South African, wasn't it?
Nigerian.
Nigerian, sorry, Nigerian. You would be able to see me decked out like some kind of cowboy. Can't quite tell if I'm a man or a woman. And at my side is a bonobo, a smart bonobo. Not bonobo, baboon, sorry. I don't know why I said bonobo.
It's the companion model.
I will say nothing about that.
so French TJ's by you. What's going on? I don't know.
I walk up to you and I ask, what is your assessment of the situation? Where do you think we should begin?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Ross, is it correct to say that hardware armorer would be the skill to set up a sentry gun?
That would be the perfect skill to do that.
All right, so I'll kneel down and say over my shoulder to you, I don't know about the rest of the plan, Chief, but I'm going to slap the sentry guns, start setting these up.
Are we going to set them up on the top of this building or down the bottom there?
Down the bottom, I suppose.
Does anybody have a relevant skill to like make some kind of tactics-related skill?
Squad tactics, I guess.
I have
Squad
profession,
tactics.
military security ops, and squad logistics.
I also have security ops.
Yeah, all those with relevant skills. You can make rolls if you want. If you're, you can make a roll and then tell me what task you're thinking about, what thing you're trying to analyze. I'll assume all of you are already moving to whatever objective you want to, so you're all not just standing talking to each other, but you're like, oh, go, go, go. But yeah.
Who do we have that can take care of possible explosives, like take care of those suspicious bags?
Well, I've got these super
Conman
thermite
raises his
charges.
hand.
Obviously, anyone with demolitions can make checks. There are other solutions to that other than just running up and trying to disarm the bag or the possible bombs that I won't explain, but you can figure those out if you're creative. Or you can use skill checks to try and figure that out, but that will take time. So, yeah.
Ross?
Yeah, man, bombs is easy. It's not a big deal.
Yes, Raven?
What do I need? I'm trying to work out how to perform the marking of the targets. Have we been told what targets need to be marked or where need to be marked?
You look at the information on your TACnet. It's essentially marking an area that is. You're basically all you have to do is. It's kind of like a laser pointer. You can designate, but you don't have to keep it on. You can just designate it once. So you basically make a perception check at each side of the building. And the idea is you have an overlay where you can see the projected area of where the missile would go and what kind of area of effect it would have. And basically you plant the missile so that as an area around you can't get it too close to the hospital because you don't want to damage it, obviously. You can't get it too far away because then there would be holes in the explosions that would ward away. Because this is a long-lasting napalm comparatively, so we'll create a ring of fire. So basically it's perception checks to place it just right. And there would be 4 checks, 1 for each side of the building.
Alright, so I'll make 4 perception checks unless somebody else wants to do it.
So
My perception is there. I'm going to do the marking the targets thing. That's what I'm
Okay, so he starts running off to one side of the building to do that. I'll just go from left to right to assess what you're at. We'll do this kind of like combat because it's an action scene. So, Dylan, what are you going to do?
I want to head down to the maybe 2nd or 3rd floor, assuming we're going to lose the ground floor maybe, and plan to set up a ring of sentry guns down there.
Okay, so you're grabbing the sentry case on the roof and taking it down to the 2nd floor? Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. That would be a SOM ×3 roll. It's heavy. You're in Earth gravity. Or you can give me a free running check if you would like. You have rope and grappling gear. I'll say you all have smart spindles. You could either make a sometimes 3 to just heft it and carry it down the stairs, or carry it to the elevator where the elevator still works. Or you could be a big damn hero, hook it onto a spindle, and then rappel down the side of the building to the second floor, which would be faster. But if you fail a free running or a climb check, you fall.
I'll rappel down the side, figuring that it's safer to maybe get a couple of pot shots than run into the infiltrators, and I've got a margin of success of 10.
Okay. All right. So you grab it on, you hook it up, and you rappel down. So you smash through the window on the second floor. There's a terrified nurse there. Screams.
Get to the roof.
Yes. She starts running for the elevator. So that's your action. Jeb, what are you doing?
All right, I'm thinking either I can try and look for these bags, or possibly using my demolitions or my heap rounds for my seeker rifle to deal with setting up the barricades via the collapsed buildings.
So you're focused on blowing up the buildings.
I'm assuming we're basically just blowing up sides of the buildings to create impasses in the road.
That's right. So you do have there is a bag of satchel charges on the roof. There's a bunch of supplies on the roof actually.
Mm-hmm.
You grab that. You can see basically that you know where to put them. The thing is getting over there. You have a spindle and a spindle launcher.
Right.
This round you could just make a kinetic weapon check to shoot it over there and hook onto the building.
I will do that.
Kinetic weapons.
Kinetic weapons. 18 out of 60.
All right, you hook it on there. Next round you'll be able to go all across. Noah, what are you doing?
I suppose I will go see about these suspicious bags.
Okay. Are you running or going down the side of the building?
I will run.
Okay. That would be a free running check. See how fast you get there. If you fail, it's just you don't as long as you don't critically fail, you'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I got a 65 out of 55, so I do not.
All right. You're just there's people, there's furniture and carts turned on their sides. It's actually pretty chaotic down there. It's like they're panicked or something. Weird. So Richard.
So while everyone's running around, I just kind of look at everyone and just like, hey, where you all go? Anybody have any drugs? Anything?
I actually do have drugs.
I do as well.
What you got on you guys? Huh? What you got?
I have a couple of
I kind of need mine. I've got a bit of an addiction and I need to manage it, so I'm not going to be sharing my Kayla.
No, man. I'm just curious. I was just wondering. So, you're gonna go and blow up the building, right? Yeah.
Yeah. As I'm saying that, I'm pulling out the Kayla and I'm taking a dose.
Hey, man.
Right.
I'll go with you, man. You probably need some help with that. So, I'll go with him.
All right. So you're going to. All right. You can hook onto the spindle and go over next round.
Yep.
As well. So Raymond,
Yes.
what were you doing again?
I was doing the marker light thing.
All right. So you get over to the side of the building. Give me a perception check.
Yep. Okay. I already made 4 perception checks for the thing.
Okay. All right. If you already made 4.
I thought that would save time.
Yeah. No, it's fine. If you make all of them, you do that.
I succeeded on 3 and failed on 1, but no criticals.
Clear. 1. Oops. Ooh, ouch. Unfortunately, as you're looking, you have to actually go over the side to, look and see what's going on. And a sniper, because some of the rioters still have some common sense, or some, their wits about them. Rolls a 22 to hit you with that sniper rifle.
Ow!
Which is a critical hit. And this is a kinetic sniper rifle, and so your armor is ignored. And this will do, unless you want to fray and then spend a moxie, your fray is at half because it's a firearms check.
Yeah, I'll fray.
Okay.
I'll try and dodge that.
If you
I'm afraid.
succeed and then spend a moxie point, you can dodge it. Or if you roll your own critical success.
Ooh.
Is that a
Yeah, no, I fail. I rolled a 60, and my normal base spray is 50.
So yeah,
half of that-
so it'd be 25, and you failed.
Yeah.
So you could spend your moxie to re-roll if you wanted to do that, or you could actually you could spend 2 moxie, one to flip it to a 6, and then another to upgrade it to success.
I mean, what would you need your moxie for? You know.
Yeah, I think
Moxie's
I'm gonna take the hit because it's
All
more
right.
dramatic.
Yeah, sure. You take 18 points of damage.
Let's.
That's a flesh wound.
Sniper bullets smacks you solidly in the chest.
Did you say 18?
18? Yes, 1-8.
My wound threshold is 8.
So that is
That's
2
2
wounds. Right off the bat. This will be a harder adventure, guys.
Ross says as he gleefully starts killing people.
Horrible monster versus head.
Pretty much.
Don't forget to check and see if you have medicines, because at least then you can ignore
don't.
one of them. Well, all right then.
There is murder.
You are in a hospital.
Yeah,
True.
Hospitals have drugs, man.
they do. Now, hold
man.
on.
That's
I want
really
to
good.
find out. Wound effects. Okay, so every
Knockdown
time a
check.
character takes a wound, you must make two Psalm times 3 check. Or you took 2 wounds. If you take so there's knockdown and unconsciousness. If you take 1 wound, at least 1 wound, you have to make a Psalm times 3 to avoid being knocked down. If you take 2 or more wounds at once, you also must make another Psalm times 3 check to avoid unconsciousness.
Excellent.
So,
Starting off great.
Yeah. Indeed.
And he falls off the building.
no, he'd be knocked backward onto the roof. And there are bots who will revive you at the hospital.
Thankfully, my sum is quite high, so my sum times 3 is 25. Sorry, 75. So I just need to get under 75.
Yep.
Go for it, dude.
Which I did. I got a 60 again.
Nice.
All right. So was that for that knockdown or unconsciousness?
I'll do it. Well, whichever one comes first. So I guess the knockdown.
All right. One more for unconsciousness.
Let's see how we go for unconsciousness. Wow, that was excellent. I got 17.
All right. You're still conscious and you're still on your feet. You now have a 2 wounds, so that would be negative 20 to all your actions until you take some drugs. Sweet drugs.
I'm gonna
Save some
say
for me,
shot
man.
in the shoulder because it's always the shoulder, isn't it?
Yeah. Upper chest.
The manly shoulder.
Yes, the manly shoulder wound. So, anyways, you take the bullet, but you continue to make your perception checks. So you'll keep working on that. I will roll again after. There'll be one more opportunity for attack on you, but that will
Can
be
I
it.
make a medicine paramedic check to apply pressure to my wound?
Yes, that's probably a good idea. So anyway, so that's the first action. Dylan, what was your last roll for? Oh,
Your mic's muted. Your microphone is muted, dude.
Microphone is muted.
I see a little icon.
No, it's fine.
Okay, my last roll was just to get down to the 2nd floor, so I still have to set up those sentry
Yes.
guns. And
All
I'm
right,
gonna
so go ahead and give me a
spend the
hardware
moxie
armory
point.
check. Hardware armory.
Can I spend a moxie point to auto succeed?
If you can spend it to upgrade a normal success to a critical success, or if you failed, did you already fail your hardware armory check?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so go ahead and make your hardware armory.
07. All right.
Yeah, all right, so you succeed. If you want to spend a moxie point to upgrade that to a critical, you can. I will say the sentries will be far more effective than they would otherwise.
Yeah, sure. I'll spend a moxie point. My plan is that once we lose the ground floor, I'm going to cut elevator access from it, and so all the sentries are set up to cover the stairwells and the manual entry points from the ground floor up to the
All right.
second.
These sentries can spin around, so right now they're covering outside. You position them by the window, but you also position them so they can spin around and defend the interior, as they are positioned so they have a clear line of sight on the stairwell. And of course, the elevators, once the place gets breached, will shut off. So good job. Now you've set up 2 sentries. There are 2 more boxes of sentries. Both of them are outside in the lawn between the security guys and the rioters. Now, with your sentries, you've bought them some time. The sentries are pushing them back more effectively, or at least on half of the building, because they obviously can't cover all the sides at once. One box is in that field of fire. The other one is not protected by it. So if you want to get those 2 other boxes, which are again on the front lawn, what are you going to do? Or you could help somebody with another objective.
Which is the approach that doesn't have the napalm on it right now?
All of both cases are actually going to be close enough that as long as they're the missiles are positioned correctly, they will not be hit by it. So you don't have to worry about that. You just have to worry about dodging fire between friendly fire from security troopers, and throwing rocks and occasional bullets from rioters.
All right. I'm gonna head down to the first floor and see if I can commandeer a couple of these security troopers and get them to march out and retrieve my box.
All right, yeah. Pull rank on him. Go on, damn red shirts. All right, so you head down there.
Intimidation?
Well, you head down there, and so that'll take the rest of your action. So next round you'll have a chance to do that. So,
all right, gotcha.
So next up we have Jeb,
Yes.
and you were going across the building, right? Or...
Yes, to demolish to set up a roadblock.
Okay, so you have a spindle climber set up, and you shot it rightly, so you don't have to make any rolls. You just push a button, and it just yanks you across. Yay, future machines! The bad thing is you're going across above the riot. So yeah, let's take a look and see how that's going to go.
Probably bad.
And that's a 20. That will be a hit. That is not an armor defeating hit.
Okay.
That is a normal hit. So
I probably can't fray because I'm kind of nowhere to dodge.
No, you cannot. That
Okay.
is the exception, because you are just going in a straight line. They can lead their shots. It's like Space Invaders.
Exactly.
Only you're the invader.
It's like the carnival game, just a moving duck.
So you take this. I will say is with a kinetic heavy pistol.
Mhm.
So that is standard bullets. So let's see here. That is 14 plus 4, 18 damage. With a -4 AP. Now, what character archetype were you using, Pregen?
The Machine Hunter.
Machine Hunter from Transhuman.
And which one's the first? Is it the kinetic and energy or energy kinetic?
Yeah, I think it's the second one. So it's
Yeah, I have
21.
21 kinetic.
Yes, with a -4, that makes it 17 armor. So 17 armor versus 18 damage. You take
So
1
1
point of damage.
Oh.
Yeah, that will leave a bruise.
I'm gonna let you in first.
At least it's not a sniper rifle. Jesus.
Yes. Well, the snipers are watching the building, not the people going over the building.
Yes.
So let's see, who is next? So you get to the other building, and you will next round be able to set up. Noah, what were you doing again?
I was going to take a look at the suspicious bags.
Okay, yeah, you get down there. You can see one of the bags that's been highlighted by your TACnet and AR. So how are you approaching? Are you just going to? It's closed. You can't use demolitions until you actually see something. So
okay, because
do you have T-ray emitters?
I do have T-ray emitters. I was going to ask about using those.
You can make a demolition check with T-ray emitter.
Can I use hardware armor? Because I do not
Yeah.
actually have demolitions.
Okay, hardware armor would work.
Okay. That is a 45 out of 60.
All right. Yep. There's explosive in there. It doesn't look like a just high explosive though. It looks like a small kind of charge set to some sort of canister. You can't tell what's in the canister. It could a liquid or well, no, actually, it looks like a gas. It doesn't look like there's anything in there. So it's some sort of gas that you can't. It's not a solid thing that your T-rays can actually see. So. Now, because you don't have demolitions, you can't actually detonate it, or disarm it, because you don't. You could try it at -20 with hardware armor,
Could we assist him through TACnet if we have demolitions?
If that's what you want your action to be, yeah, you could walk him through it. Noah will face the repercussions of any failed skill checks, though.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, no.
I have 30 in demolition,
Well,
so I
if
feel
it's a
confident
gas,
I could
like
help him.
toxic filters might
Now, the
help.
thing is, Noah, you could just grab it and chuck it out the window.
I was thinking that.
You could do that. You look around, you can see there are robots, there are service robots that are sort of puttering around. You could try and commandeer one of them to do it for you, or you could do something else. What do you want to do?
If you want to ask me for help, Noah, I'm here for you. I know about things
I
that
will
explode.
describe what I am seeing.
Well, you can just forward your visual feed. To the other
Yeah.
people.
I will forward my visual feed to everybody so they get a little
All right.
pop up and they can kind of.
Busy getting shot at. Yeah.
I'm just hunkered down over the edge. I'll totally take a look at it while I hear my other guy get shot.
So you look at it. So that'll be your action this round.
That's fine.
So someone else. So Richard, do you want to try and analyze it with demolitions?
Yeah, I'll roll demolitions on it, sure.
All right. Go and give me that.
All right, I get 58 out of 30, so that is a whopping. So what do I think of this mysterious thing?
You can't be sure of anything. You don't know. That canister does look highly suspicious. It might be some sort of incendiary device. You're not sure.
Got it. Okay, man. So listen up. That thing you got there, that's a bomb, man.
Wait, Richard, were you strapping yourself to the spindle to go over the edge too?
I was gonna follow him once he went. Yeah.
Okay. You can do that this round. So.
Sure, I'll do both.
It's just
Yeah,
on
you're-
a spindle floating over.
All right. Fortunately, Richard, the riders roll a 94 to shoot at you as you go over the side. So they miss.
See, I'm not even paying attention. I'm just talking on my comm while I'm just sliding over here.
Yep.
Some people just have all the luck.
Yes. So Raymond, you got a 22 in your medic check. So you patch your wound. You grab some nano bandages from the nearby supply cache. So they start constricting the around your wound, and in a few hours it'll start healing up. You don't know if you have a few hours left, but you don't have to worry about blood loss or anything like that.
I would like to berate my smart baboon as I'm patching myself up.
All right.
What were you doing?
What did he do?
You were meant to be watching me. You're meant to watch my back. What were you doing?
He kind of
monkey.
shrugs and points at the distant buildings. He indicates to you he saw the muzzle flash of the rifle that shot you.
We all saw the muzzle flash, Micah. We all saw the
I hope
muzzle flash.
he's smoking while he's doing this. 'Cause
Yeah.
That would make it even better.
He somehow found a smoke. You got him on the Neo Chantix, but it did not work. He, of course, under stressful times he goes back, and this does count as stressful. All right, so new round. Let's see here, Dylan. Let's see here. You were trying to berate some guys to do what you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So you look down there. You can see Noah's character looking at a bag very intently. You also, however, see a couple of security troopers desperately working at their weapons. It looks like they have a heavy machine gun that is broken. They're trying to clear it jammed. They're trying to clear it. And some of them are muttering to each other. They don't even have TACnet, and they're looking very panicked. You can tell they're actually getting pretty close to saying, "Fuck it, let's get the fuck out of here." So, what do you do?
All right, I guess I'll charge right over to that bunch of them, and I will try and get their heavy machine gun started.
All right, hardware armor check.
All right. Yep, got a 03 under 40.
All right, so you clear it, and they look at you very grateful. You can tell that they were they're so scatterbrained. It was a simple action to clear it, to fix it. They just weren't able to do it because their concentration is shot. You can see they have bloodshot eyes. They've clearly been using murder too long. and because it's meant to be used in short bursts, not continuously for like 12 hours or something. So their nerves are shot, and they look at it and they're just kind of stunned at this point. They don't know what they're doing. So.
Well, I'm going to capitalize on that drug-fueled enthusiasm. And as I man the heavy machine gun, I'll get and give them covering fire. I'll get 2 or 3 of them to scatter forward and grab my bags, and I'll tell them we're setting up a secondary perimeter. You get those bags, get them back to the building. I'll cover you.
All right, give me a intimidate or persuade check.
All right.
I'll give you a +10 bonus.
02 under
02.
16. Yeah.
Very good. They see that, and you see almost a glimmer of the hope. One of them says, "Yeah, I told you we didn't have to get through the tunnel. Let's get, the airstrike will save us. We just have to hold out to the airstrike."
Yeah, you keep thinking that, pal.
All right, so they start running out, and a sniper opens fire. Let's see here. And one misses, another one misses, and critically jammed. All right, so they're safe. They're fine. The gods are with them. As I roll a 71, an 86, and a 99. Clearly, those red shirts are meant to live. So they grab the cases and start dragging them back. Jeb, what's up?
All right, so I'm on the other side of the building.
Yes, give me a perception check.
Right. Roll 20 out of 45.
All right, there are people in the building with you. There are actually holes in the building and small fires. It was some sort of office building. Looks like the security guards in this building had some sort of firefight with the rioters, and you can hear screaming as well, like the sound of someone being tortured. Just continuous screams, and there's a hole in the floor ahead of you. It looks like someone's grenade went off and blasted a hole. Some sort of high explosive grenade just blew a hole through the floor, and that's where the scream, the other stuff's coming from. Up ahead, you can hear someone looking out the window. He's covered in blood, wearing like ragged business clothing, some sort of suit that's been torn and savaged, and he's carrying just a metal pipe. But he doesn't notice you. But he's at the position where you would need to put in the explosives to blow the wall or blow the side of the building. Or the first place. There's 3 places you need to set them.
Right.
And that's the first one. So what do you want to do? And Richard, you're right after him, so you're there too.
Oh man, it looks like we missed a party, man.
It's still going on downstairs.
It's still going on. Yeah. I will try and sneak up behind him and try and subdue him.
All right, that would be infiltration.
Yes. Let's see.
And I'm going to just aim at him and shoot him.
Is 50.
All right, you can spend a full action aiming to give yourself a +30 bonus.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I rolled a 36 out of 50 on infiltration. Bless you.
Excuse me. Well, this will be an opposed roll. Let's see if he succeeds. He has a 60 in skill, and he got a... what number did you get exactly?
36 out of 50.
He gets a 37.
Nice.
So it is, even though there's noise and chaos all going about you, the office itself is pretty high up. You're about 8 or 9 stories up, and also the riot is centered around the hospital. It's not
Right.
People are leaving the building. So aside from the screaming, there's a lot of like debris, like broken glass and shit. So and bullet casings, and you step on some of that, and it makes a nice crunchy sound as your boot steps on it. And he turns around and looks at you wild-eyed. And he says, I had to do it. I had to do it. It's the only way. Don't you understand? It's the only way. I had to do it. I had to. So
Slap that man.
Don't worry, man. I'll shoot him next turn.
So yeah, you're aiming. He is just crazed. So you can give me...
This is bad because I'm currently on Bring It, so he is gonna. He has to make a will ×3 to not attack me.
I picked the right
thank you for
teammate.
bringing that up. Let's find out how well he
I'm
does.
addicted to Bring It, and I'm using it.
He actually got an 18. He would make that with his will
All right.
of 15. Even if his will of 10, he would make
I
that.
have no interpersonal skills.
So he doesn't. You're a little too far away for the pheromones to affect.
Okay.
Or maybe the wind is just blowing them away. But he doesn't. He is wild-eyed. If you have kinesics, you can make a check, or you could, if you rush him, this will be an opposed initiative check to see if you can get to him before he can do his action. So
Push him out the window. I believe in you.
I do not have kinesics, so I'm going to try and rush him.
Okay. Roll initiative. That is a D10 plus your initiative bonus.
All right. Ooh, a 10 plus 16.
All right, you beat his 9. He got a 9. All right, so you can rush him and make a single attack or a single action before he gets to act, or you could just draw or shoot him with a gun. I don't know. What do you want? What's your action?
Well, yes.
Shoot him.
Yeah, I'm gonna kneecap him.
All right, so for shooting, what are you using to shoot him?
What do I have? I have a machine gun.
Does it kinetic a machine gun? Or...
Yeah, machine gun, AP ammo.
Okay. All right. So if it's kinetic gun, now there's There's actually 4 fire modes, but single shot is really only for plasma weapons. I don't think. Anyways, the 3 main fire modes are semi-auto, which is 2 single shots per action. Burst fire, which is a 3-round burst, which you can use to give yourself a plus 10 to hit or plus 1d10 damage. Or you can go full auto, the Bartleby Special, which is 10 rounds of ammo and gives you a plus 30 to hit or plus 3d10 damage. With a machine gun, you can only do burst fire and full auto. What character pregen are you using, by the way? I keep forgetting.
The Machine Hunter.
Yes, the Machine Hunter. And what is his?
Is a
machine gun.
60 kinetics.
Yep. Oh wait, no. Primary weapon is a plasma rifle, actually. If you look under that, so you can use that instead. That will be under beam weapons, obviously.
We're in an atmosphere. You don't have to worry about overheating.
They gave me a 40 in beam weapons. What the hell? Sure. Maximum shock and all. Let's do
You
it.
can always do sweeping fire.
You can use sweeping fire. That is an option. Also, you can do a quick aim to give yourself a plus 10 to hit as a quick action, so you can have a 45. So he is aware of you, so he will get a fray check. His fray is only a 20, though, so it would be 10.
So with the quick action to plus 10, I'll have a 50 in beam weapons. So I will... I will use a Moxie to flip with the 35.
So that hits. I'm not gonna. You don't have to roll damage because he's just a dude. He doesn't even have armor on. And you vaporize him.
Target neutralized.
Target is neutralized. Let's see if the guys below heard you. Let's see.
Let's just pat you on the shoulder. Hey, man,
They don't seem to notice you. The screaming continues unabated as they start. There are people muttering something. You can't quite make it out. But yeah, it's hard to hear over the screams. But there are people talking to the person they're torturing. But you took out the office worker, so that's your action. You can plant the first charge on your next action, and then move to the next one, next location.
Okay.
So, and Richard, you were aiming this entire round as backup, so that was your action. Noah, what are you up to?
I think since we're in a hospital, like having like bandages or medical tape or something like that would be pretty easy to do, right?
Yeah, there's actually a couple of first aid kits, paramedic kits that are opened up nearby.
Okay.
That are covered in blood, some of them, but some of them are still in sanitary wrapping. Looks like the security troopers have been using them. They've been getting shot at as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. I think I want to tie one of my HE grenades to this bag and just chuck it out the window and then detonate the grenade.
Okay. That's a thing you can do.
Totally.
You give me a throwing check.
All right.
See if there's any drugs in the first aid kit.
I got 12 out of 45.
Okay, 12 out of 45. You give me a fray check. You throw it far, but not quite far enough. You will.
Oh man.
It should be okay. I got a 62 out of 70.
Okay, you avoid. Actually, it's not just the grenade explodes, blows up the contents of the bag, and there a couple of bits of shrapnel come at you, and also some of the rioters take pot shots at you or throw rocks and things at you. Some of them seem to be throwing the rocks like, absurdly long distances. You actually can't. Kind of surprised you're getting hit with bits of concrete from this far away.
Oh,
You
wow.
wonder if they don't have some sort of catapult or slingshot back there, but it's hard to tell because it's just a mass of humanity that's getting murdered, and there's like literally just a wall of corpses at this point that they're marching over. Their ferocity is actually rather unnerving because you're out there, you're looking at them. So go ahead and give me a will ×3 check.
All right. Poop.
Go crazy, go crazy, go crazy.
Got a few.
Critical failure.
I get an 6.
All right, yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. They're just crazy people.
Savages.
Yeah. Richard, you aimed this round. You watched what happened, and you're.
Yep. He got lit on fire. That was pretty neat. I guess I'll start setting up explosives.
Yeah.
You're still working on it. You've planted 2 of the waypoints now, and this round you'll finish the 3rd one. So next round you'll be able to finish the 4th one. You're watching the chaos unfold. You are also give me a free running check. Actually, I assume you're taking
totally
evasive
do that.
maneuver.
I'm pretty competent at free running, although I've got that -20 because of the 2 wounds, don't I?
Yes, until you take some sweet drugs.
This should be good. Alright.
With some grin, man.
Well, I got a 60, so...
Is that a success or a failure?
That is a failure, sorry. That's a massive
All right,
failure.
you will get shot at again.
Bullet sponge, go.
And they got a 10 with the sniper rifle check.
Excellent. I don't even think I could fray with the -20. It'd be like 5.
What's your fray base at?
My base is 50.
Oh yeah, but with a -20 you'll be at a 5.
You can always roll 100.
This
That's
is
true.
a standard shot, though. It is not an armor-piercing shot. So let's take a look here.
I have light body armor on. I just need to
All right.
double check.
And they're using standard bullets. I think that's 12 points of armor.
I'm just going to double check.
Yeah.
Body armor light is 10/10. So
Actually, I'll just say everyone has at least 12/12 armor from
Hooray.
you got better armor from that. So with that, you take 9 points of damage after all things. So that's 1 more wound.
I was going to say that's my 3rd wound.
Yes. You're having a bad day. You're out on the roof, and the snipers can see you, and you're placing waypoints. You're basically the only guy they can shoot at. So.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. So you're getting torn up. But next round you'll be able to finish the Ring of Fire objective. So good job on that. Back to Dylan. So the guys drag back the 2 cases. So you can either set them up in the lobby this round or carry them up to the 2nd floor and then set them up in the next round.
So I'll bark a couple of orders at these security guys. I'll tell them to burn this heavy machine gun dry, do a fighting retreat back to the lobby, and then I'm going to skedaddle and take these things and go set them up on the 2nd floor. But
all right, so you're just
to
moving
slowly
them.
pull the security ring back into the cover of underneath the security guns.
Okay. So they, you don't have to roll. It's just moving the things. They hear you. You do see that there is one more suspicious package by the stairwell, which is where everyone will have to go out, and everyone's staying away from it. But you see it there. It doesn't detonate as you drag the 2 cases up to the 2nd floor, but you realize it could detonate while the security forces are withdrawing. So you You can either continue to finish like this round. You can either finish getting the sentry guns into position, or you could drop what you're doing and try and deal with the bag.
I'll let the rest of the team know, seeing as there's nothing I can constructively do with that bag. And
All
I'll
right.
go past it and finish up the ring of security on the second
All right,
floor.
so you're moving the cases. Let's see here. Next up, Jeb, you took out an office worker. Good job.
Yeah.
So
You're my hero,
And
man.
you said there are 3 points in the building that we need to set up explosives
yes.
for.
So first off, give me a demolitions check for your first one. You're at point 1.
38 out of 55.
Yep, in like Flynn. You've set it up. There's 2 more. Now you could they're near the wall, but they could either be out on the wall or on the side of the building itself, or right inside the building. One is it's basically a triangle. So one would be on this level just over, and then one would be like 3 stories down.
Right.
So you could run over and put point 2 there. But yeah. What do you want to do? I mean,
I also want to investigate those noises inside the building.
well, you have Richard there too.
Yeah, man. Why don't you
Oh,
go
yeah.
do that? I'll take care of this stuff. It's no
Okay.
problem, man. I trust you.
All right, if you can
We got
handle
it.
it.
We're blood, man. We're blood. You and me.
Fist
We
bump.
got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like fist bumping you at this point.
I will lend you a dose of Bring It. We're friends.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna hang on to this.
All right.
I will investigate the screams.
Both of you are
Godspeed,
investigating the
Spider-Man.
screams, or are you going to go to point 2? Point 2 is
No,
one.
no, I've got to set up the explosives. Yeah, I'll go to point 2. He can take care of that.
Okay. So you head off to point 2, which is again just on the same level, just further down. Just think of it as a triangle. So yeah, you just have to.
Yeah.
All right.
Also,
so Jeff-
I have Neurochem, so at this point I'll probably activate that. just
Okay,
in case.
yeah, you get there this round with Neurochem, or this action. So, Richard, you can give me a demolition check.
Sure, with my great demolition skill. I love it. Let's see. Hey, 25 of 30. I actually made it. Woo.
Yeah, no, you push a button. Yeah, it's right here. Everything's set up.
It's pretty simple, man. I don't know why they think it's so complicated.
All right, so Jeb, you're heading to investigate the sound. So I
Yes.
assume you're sneaky.
Yes.
All right, give me that
Well-
infiltration check, and this will be an opposed roll.
Oh boy. Let's see. 51 out of. Shit. Missed it by 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to use my moxie. So yeah.
All right,
Failed by 1.
they hear you as they turn around. They look over, or one of them looks up. You didn't fail by much, so they didn't actually see you, but they heard, like as you crept closer to the hole in the floor, some rocks spilled over, some of the concrete spilled, and enough of it did that they turned over to look up at your direction. So that's what you saw. Do you have a T-ray emitter or anything?
Yes.
You can T-ray emit them.
I will T-ray all the things.
All right, there are 3 of them down there. There are 3 humans, or biomorphs. They are all. One of them is unnaturally hot, like burning up, like fever level hot. The other 2 are normal temperature. Actually, that would be
like
thermal.
really attractive.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Check that guy
There's a
out.
4th person that has been basically just nailed to the wall, literally. And they do seem to have some sort of bot with them, and they have a table with just bladed weapons and tools that they're using just to work over the person, cut them open. Looks like they're carving things into the person's flesh. The person who looked over you is a woman. Again, you can't tell what kind of clothing or how she's dressed or anything like that. You can tell that they do have, they all have firearms. 2 have heavy pistols, and 1 has a submachine gun. The submachine gun person has it shoulder strapped around them. The other 2 have pistols on their belts. And so they're looking at you, or looking at your position. So they are talking to themselves. You can't quite make it out. So what is your immediate reaction to that?
Oh, I'm
Use
not a
your
big fan of torture.
grenades.
I don't have any grenades.
Well, it does
Use
look
your
like they are.
rockets.
Yeah.
I have those.
If you just use area explosives while they're torturing an innocent person, that will be a will times 3 because
No.
it's there. Yeah.
I'm going to try to rescue this person.
All right, yeah.
Rescue him with the mercy of death.
Wow.
You might want to call in
conscience stop.
some help.
I'm just saying, it's the end of the world. Whatever.
Yeah.
No,
You might
it's
want to
not.
call in some
Not
support.
on my watch. Yeah, I'm gonna.
They are near a window. Somebody with a long-range weapon could take pot shots at them.
Yeah, I'm gonna relay this through TACnet that we have
Okay.
civilians speak.
You watch them as this round they draw their weapons and they start moving away from the hole so that you can't just open up on them.
Okay.
So that's where we'll stop. Let's see here, Noah. You got one suspicious bag done. There's one more that Dylan's character pointed out. It's near the stairwell leading up. So what's your plan? That's sort of in the interior of the hospital, so you have to carry it farther.
Oh jeez. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go for it and grab it and just run like hell to a window and chuck it.
All right. First, give me a free running check.
Okay. My free running. Okay. Oh no! I got a 97 out of 55.
All right, it blows. It beeps, and as you pick it up, you jostle it. Guess what?
Hey man, that's not a good sound, man.
Oh man.
And so
you
you
made it
start
angry.
running to try and get rid of it, and then it just you take 3 steps and it blows up. You jostled it. You failed that quick time event. So this one was the explosive one. So filled with deadly neurotoxin. That was what the other one was filled with. Deadly, sweet deadly neurotoxin. So
am I just atomized, or do I get?
No. I'm rolling damage. I'm just looking.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, no, it's fine.
Don't be in such a hurry to die, Noah.
Yeah. This will not have any AP on it, but it will just do 3d10 plus 10 damage. So
It's fine. It's fine. You can just roll 3 ones and you'll be okay.
it actually didn't roll that well. Let's see here. It's 7, 10, 20 damage.
20 damage.
What's your armor?
16, 13.
So it'd be minus 13. So 7 damage.
7 damage. That is under my wound threshold. I'm good.
You hear screaming nearby. It does look like that HE grenade did take out a wall near you, and there were some innocent civilians nearby. Give me a will times 3.
Hold on. Will times 3. No, I'm not feeling real great right now.
Alright.
That's a 78 out of 45? Yeah.
All right, they're 2 teenagers who are huddled together for shelter, and not anymore though. You take 9 lucidity as you see them die.
Damn.
Yeah, because they didn't instantly die, but you see one of them look at you with a piece of shrapnel in her throat, and she starts bleeding out, and just as you look at them shocked, unable to move. Yeah. So finally, Raymond.
Yes.
You're able to set it up. Give me another. You can give me a free running check, or you could use your smart bonobo to try and distract the sniper.
Yes. So I have
Wouldn't
some
it be-
things because I've
Yeah.
been looking at my gear while this has been going on. I am going to slide myself into cover, so I'm like free running across and then skid across the ground into some cover.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to pull out my fiber eye and use it to look around the cover.
Okay.
And at the same time, I'm going to pull up the TACnet. I'm going to say, can we get somebody to maybe suppress these snipers that are blowing out my shoulders?
Okay. Yeah. Both your shoulders. All right. So here's the thing.
No shoulder.
You can use the fiber eye to. You have one more waypoint to set, and you can do that with the fiber eye. But to roll it out, because the roof. You have to get close enough to the edge to look down, and there's no cover near that edge. But you can use the fiber eye to do that. The thing is, it'll take an extra round to do that for the fiber eye for you to throw it out that far and set it up.
Okay, so
basically slow, but safe.
Yeah. So while I'm doing that, can I also, because it turns out that I have a maker,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna instruct my muse to print me some grin
Yeah, you can do that.
I
It's
don't,
amazing.
I don't know how long that will take.
This is not the time for drugs.
No, this is the perfect time for drugs.
I will say you can have that. Yeah, it'll start manufacturing that because you can
Excellent.
use it to. So yeah,
And
you spend
then-
that this round. Your Spartan
and-
bonobo is taking cover with you. 'Cause
And while we're rolling out the fiber eye, I'm also going to pull out my submachine gun and spray it in the rough direction of the sniper
Okay.
around my cover.
All right, negative 40. Go
Yeah.
and make an attack roll. But if you're actually, it's a negative 40 normally, but if you do a full auto for accuracy, that'd be plus 30 to hit, so you'd only be at a minus 10.
I'm going to do full auto. I'm going to empty the mag.
All right. But it's indirect fire, so it's an additional negative 10. So you're
So
negative
it'll be
20
minus
altogether.
20. Negative 20, yeah. So my total is... My base is 55, so negative 20 will make that 35.
But with your wound penalties, it'd be another 20, so you're actually rolling at a 15, I think. So.
Yes.
It's fine. It's fine. Just, you know.
I mean, I don't need to hit. I just need to scare the sniper. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm sure
Yeah,
he's
I got
still
50
capable of feeling.
I got a
fear.
56, so that's a failure.
The bullets go way wide. The sniper probably isn't even aware you're trying to shoot him.
Oh.
Yeah. If you got close, if you didn't fail by as much, you would have been
damn it.
able to put him down. But you're
I've got AQ shot in that.
oh
I didn't
okay.
realize.
You're getting in the general neighborhood, so you know
Yeah.
you're hitting the same building that he's in, so he's probably going to be a little more cautious. He might switch to indirect fire too, you know, angling down. So next up, Dylan.
All right, and I think I got 2 more sentry guns to set up, right?
Yeah, another hardware armory check.
All right. All right, so that is a 93. I'll spend a moxie to flip it to a 39, which is a success.
All right, you set them up. They are perfectly positioned, which is good. Now you've got the entire exterior of the building covered, and now the entrance to the second floor covered. You've bought them at least another 20 minutes of time. The crowd is, you know, pushing back. They're getting a little demoralized, or their numbers are wearing thin. It's also the whole wall of corpses. There are enough bodies that it is slowing down the progress as the rioters are surging forward. And you realize, how you've never seen this kind of just sheer suicidal ferocity. You know, even the most bloodthirsty rioter will give up instead of surging into death. So this is unnerving. So go ahead and give me a will times 3 check.
I think we've got techno
All right, here we
zombies.
go. 43, and all right, that's a fail.
All right, that is 3 lucidity. As it is quite unnerving. Jeb, you see them. They've positioned themselves away from the cover, and they're pointing towards the stairwell that will lead up to your floor. You're right across from the stairwell. Looks like they're thinking about going up to check out what's on there. You can hear the person crying out, "Is someone there? Help! Oh God, help me! Help me!" Which, you know, quite piteous, quite anguished. So you're pretty much right over them.
Right.
And they clearly don't have T-ray emitters because they're not looking at you, but they're taking at least. They have enough sense about them, wits about them, to take basic tactical sense. They all have their guns drawn, and it looks like they're moving up the stairwell, or they will be. So you could either wait until they get in your line of sight and open fire at the first one that steps up, or you could try to maneuver around them, or I don't know. What do you want to do?
I mean, so what's this? What's the stairwell like? Is it basically? Is it like an enclosed stairwell? Like you can get on top of it?
You're not on the top floor of the building.
Oh, okay.
You're in the middle. So you could not get on top of the stairwell itself.
Right.
But yeah.
Due to my lack of persuasion and any taciturn nature, I will tell the man screaming to suck it up. I'll be there in a minute, and I will. I guess take this action to aim and wait for someone to once I see them, and then I will open fire with a plasma rifle.
All right. When you yell out, they
much
stop moving as
sooner.
well. They stop moving. They stop their advance because they can hear where you're at approximately.
Oh crap!
Yes. So One of them, you will look down, and well, now the thing is, one of them is still edging towards the stairwell, and two of them are moving away. So you actually can't keep your eye on both groups at the same time.
Right.
So, because you don't have 360-degree vision, I assume.
Nope.
So are you going to focus on the stairwell, or are you going to focus on the other two who are moving down?
You said there was one that was unusually hot. Is that the one moving towards the stairwell?
That is the woman. She has a submachine gun, and she is not edging towards the stairwells.
Okay. I will edge towards the stairwell, and I'll probably still keep my aim at the person that's coming towards me.
Okay, so you're just going to try and shoot him before he shoots you.
Yes.
So and he is aware of you, so he's going to be looking at your position. So it basically comes down to an initiative check. So to see who shoots first. So
yes. That is a D10.
Yep.
Let's see. 11.
All right, you beat him. So go ahead and give me that attack roll.
No, is it just a straight, or do I get my aim bonus? Okay. Let's see. Roll that. 39 out of 50.
All right. And he just barely misses his dodge check. Actually, he wouldn't, because he couldn't possibly. He doesn't have it at high enough to dodge it anyway. He got a 24, but his dodge was 20. So, but it wouldn't matter because he couldn't, unless he rolled an 11 or 100. You basically hit him.
Exactly.
All right, so you kill him because, again, office worker, you're using a plasma rifle. It does a lot of damage. All right, next up, Richard, since you're in the same scene.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, so the point 3 is 3 stories below.
Okay.
You have a spindle climber.
Okay.
You could rappel down like a boss to plant it on the side of the building.
Am I going to get shot at if I do that?
You don't know. You look
Well,
around.
much like my comrade, I do also have a T-ray emitter, so can I take a quick look around?
T-ray emitters have a 50-meter range, so you could see in this building, but you could not see across the street to the other buildings. And
I didn't want to see.
Somebody has a very loud.
I get a lot of reverb.
Yeah, I think that's Jeb.
Is it me? It shouldn't be.
Mute your microphone real quick. No, it's not him.
Still going.
Is it me? I don't think.
No, it's not Noah. It's not you.
Yep.
Is it I?
Richard, is it you?
I just muted my mic for a second
Okay,
there.
sorry. I was, yeah. Raymond, was it you?
What's the
Can
problem?
you mute your microphone real quick?
There we
it is
go.
you.
So it is Raymond.
What was the problem?
Those damn
Yeah.
Aussies.
There was some sort of reverb coming from your microphone. We're not hearing it now, though. So
Yeah, it's all good.
anyway, so Richard, yeah, the thing is, snipers could be in distant buildings. The thing is, you're not the center of attention. The hospital's the center of attention. That's probably what the snipers are focused on there. So yeah, we're getting that again. That reverb.
I don't know what's causing that though.
It might be a position of your cable or something like that, depending on your microphone type.
Is that better?
Yes.
It's
yes.
good now.
Yeah.
You can mute your microphone also when it's not your turn.
Yeah. I've been muting on my mic stand instead of in my in the app.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So what are my other options then if I don't want to rappel like a boss?
You'd have to go down. There are multiple stairwells. You could run down and get to the floor, because you can do it from the outside of the building or the inside of the building. So it's going down 3 stories. So there's a stairwell near you that you could just take a free running check and just jump down and get to that floor. It would take you another action to get there and then another action to plant it.
I've got Nuricam. I have some confidence in my speed.
You have Nuricam,
stairs.
so it'd take you 1 action to get there, and then next round you could make your demolitions check.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'll do
Make a
that.
successful free running check.
Okay. Not
All
a
right, give me
problem.
your free running check.
Free running is 45. And I got an 83, so I just roll down the stairs because it's quicker.
Whoa.
Do you want to do that? You can still get there as fast, but you will take falling damage.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Let's take a look at how much damage you take. You take 6 points of damage without armor does not apply, as you are bashing against your armor. Falling
Fine.
damage is fun. So, but you fall, pratfall your way down there, and next round you will be able to pop up and plant the demolitions.
I was just looking at my bro shooting at this one guy, and then I just kind of slipped through.
Yeah. Well, you're on the other side of that was along the east side of the building. You're now going down the south side.
Gotcha.
It's a big office building. Basically, yeah, no one's going to notice you as long as Jeb is distracting them.
While I'm going down here, can I roll scrounging and see if there's anything worth?
Well, that would be another action.
Okay.
So.
I mean, while I'm here.
Yeah. I'll let you do that on your next turn.
Sure.
Because you do have speed too. Noah, let's see here. Have you acted yet this round? I don't think so.
I have not.
All right.
I'm picking
What are you
myself up after exploding. So.
Yes.
And feeling bad about it.
You're having a
Is
bad.
there any more known bags, or is the two just it?
You can give me a perception check to make one last sweep.
All right. I get a 15 out of 50.
Yes, there is, but this one was not noticed actually by the initial sweep because it was shoved under a table. It is a purse, but when you look at it, you can see there is a small machine in it, which
shit.
it looks like about the size of a shotgun pellet.
Oh shit.
And so what are you going to do? It appears to be closed.
You should
Now,
open it.
speaking out of character,
Yeah.
would I be able to make a roll to recognize that as a nanoswarm or a nanohive?
Does your character have any hardware skills? Or
Hardware armor, but I
yes,
also have,
you can just automatically, if you have it trained, you automatically recognize the shape of a nano swarm hive. So you don't know what type, obviously. You would have to make a skill check to identify what
I'm
type.
guessing not good, since everything else has been like exploding and.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it?
So I have a particle beam bolter.
Yeah.
In my gear.
You sure?
And yeah, I think I'm going to shoot it and hope that it just.
All right.
Vaporizes.
Make that check. Probably don't want to fail that.
No.
I like how your logic is I'll shoot it so it vaporizes instead of I'll shoot it and it just goes everywhere.
Well, they're all in the hive. If I destroy the hive.
Then you let them out.
No.
It's a sound logic. If he hits it, as long as he doesn't miss, and just alert them.
Well, let's see how
a plasma gun would be better for vaporizing the hive.
Yeah, see that I would agree.
Well, it's a particle beam bolter. It's basically same kind of.
Yeah, it totally
It
works.
explodes.
Totally.
So,
Yeah. So make that roll.
I get a 30 out of 65.
All right, good job. You actually do it. You've totally vaporized it. So you succeed in your task. The lobby is clear. So finally, Raymond, you are still getting the fiber eye gets out. So this round you're able to set the waypoint. You can make another kinetics firearms check to spray and pray at the sniper.
We decided that was all up minus 40. Was that right?
Yes. Minus 40,
yeah,
but
no.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I
think
fail
actually,
again.
Okay. How much did you fail by? Or what'd you roll exactly?
I got a 30, and my base is 55. So.
Okay. It's it'd be negative 20 after all. Let's see here. Normally it'd be negative 70, but with plus 30, so it's minus 40 because plus 30 for the auto fire. So you actually get pretty close. You put him down. You actually hear a sniper hit the wall near you, but nowhere he's blind fire. He's indirect firing as well. So you're hitting enough to put his head down, so he can't just aim at you with impunity, which is nice. But yeah, you will finish up this round. You'll actually be able to do something else, as you will be able to call in the airstrike.
I was going to say,
call in the airstrike at the end of this. And so we're back to Dylan. So let's see here. You've set up the sentry guns. you get an update from Captain Greystone. He says the transport ship is en route. The ETA 17 minutes. You are going to be priority guards for the ship. So as soon as you are able to get to the roof, clear all insurgents from the who are shooting, who are threatening the roof, and wait for evac. There will be 2 VIPs attending with Captain Greystone's team. The VIPs are en route, are making their way up the top of the roof as well. So, what are you going to do? Everyone gets that message, by the way.
I'm going to get my muse to patch into the hospital PA system and relay a general announcement on all the existing PAs for everyone that's still stuck in the building and make their way to the roof. And then
your muse says, "Oh, that's been taken over by security denied, or request denied. The Captain Greystone has total control over the PA system, and it seems that his orders were only for the VIPs and your team and his team. That will be it. There are not enough people. There's not enough space on the ship on the transport helicopter to fit everyone."
Oh, I see.
So, yeah.
So in that case, what I'll do is I'll just pull the remaining surviving security folks in to the other side of the sentry gun shield. So that it's protecting them rather than them protecting it.
Okay, so they move in. They start moving up the stairwell to the second floor. The sentry guns are doing a good job of holding them, the rioters at bay, but some guys are beginning to get closer and closer, all the way to the front yard lawn before they're stopped. So let's see here. Next up, Jeb. Let's see here. The other people were reaching for grenades. And one of them throws them at you. It is a frag grenade, and at a 58 out of 60, this will be a base fray check. So you can, if you can succeed on a normal, this is fray at full. You have to beat a 58.
Well, I can't unless I roll a crit. My fray's at 55.
Well, hope never dies.
Dice. I'm not sure on Earth. 31 out of 55, no.
All right. Well, that's a normal success. You could spend a point of moxie to make that a critical and then succeed.
I will do that.
All right. You jump out of the way as the grenade explodes, bounces off the wall and hits you, or basically as you're at the top of the stairwell for your level, and they just throw it up at your feet. You just dive out of the way.
Right.
The stairwell catches the explosion, so you're unharmed. You don't have line of sight of them. They are a floor below you, but you can see them. What are you going to do? One of them has a pistol trained on the stairwell. The other one, the woman, the woman has a submachine gun trained on the stairwell.
Right.
The other guy is the one who threw the grenade, and he has a pistol in hand. Looks like he is getting ready to throw another grenade.
Right, I'm gonna. You said Richard's character is there are other stairwells he can use to get to the next floor.
Yeah, there are multiple stairwells on each side, so you can make. The thing is, they're both focused on the stairwell now. They are not looking at the hole. You could jump down and try and get the surprise on them with a free running check, or you could run to the other stairwell to evade them and try and outflank them.
Now, is it a quick action to switch from a plasma rifle to one of my other weapons?
I'll say you both have straps, and yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, so I'll tell Richard's character to get to one of the other stairwells. I'm going to try and free run to the hole in the floor, try to catch her from behind.
Yeah. All right. Give me a free running check.
Running is 55. Nope. 63.
Okay. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's your entire action. You cannot shoot them. You get down there, but you just kind of stumble, and you raise your weapon up too slowly, so she will get to attack you, and she will full auto burst you with her kinetic submachine gun.
I don't wanna.
Well, and she will do it for damage. So she has a 60 in the skill. Actually, I'll say 55 in the skill. And she gets a 35. So
Nice.
that will hit. Let's see here. She is using standard bullets, and it's a submachine gun, though. So let's see here. What does a kinetic submachine gun do? It has only -2 AP, and it will do 5d10 plus 3 damage.
Oh god.
As it is just chunk. Lots of bullets.
Many bullets.
Let's see here. 8 plus 4, 12 plus 4, 16, 16 plus 5, 21, 21 plus 3, 24. So 24 kinetic damage minus 3 AP. What is your character's armor?
21.
Yeah, well, you're fine. Fuck it. 24 minus, let's see here, 24 damage. So 21 armor, so
Minus 3.
18
So
armor,
yeah,
18 armor.
18.
So you take another 6 points of damage.
All right. I still don't have a wound. I've taken 7 damage so far.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. Oh crap, she says.
My turn.
Yeah, that will be that was your action because you failed your
Yeah.
action.
Look
Keep
cool.
holding that aggro, buddy.
Yeah,
That's the idea. That's why I'm snorting that bring it.
Richard.
Yo!
You can make that demolition check.
Sure. I feel confident about my ability
I'll
to
hold
do
him off.
demolition. Let's see, 28 out of 30. I made it again.
Wow, yeah, all right. Statistically improbable time. Let's see here. So you plant the explosive. You can give me a scrounging check if that's what you since you have speed too.
Sure, why not? Let's see if there's anything good here.
More explosives.
Nope, 73 out of 50. Looks like it's just office supplies.
No, actually, there is something there that looks really interesting. An ecto with, which is what they call little standalone computer device.
Oh man, there might be someone's bank account information on this. I pocket it.
Yeah, you pocket it. It has the screen is active and it shows like a screen saying attack assault plan on it. It looks like it's valuable intel from the insurgents. You just have to plug in and get it.
I bet it's a
whatever.
battle
I'll show that
or
to the boss
something.
once I get to the evac point because I heard that announcement. So I got to get back first.
Yes, you do.
That way I can show everyone.
Noah, what's up with your character? What do you want to do?
Well, I assume I'm going to make my way back up top.
Yeah, you do see a few of the security troopers. 2 of them actually, instead of heading up, are heading down. But you can go up with them, or you can ask them what they're doing.
Yeah. What are you doing?
There's a tunnel. There's an access tunnel that leads away from here. We're getting the fuck out of here, man. We did our job, man. We're just gotta get out. I got family, man.
Did you not hear the broadcast? We're leaving
What
via
broadcast?
What?
What broadcast? I didn't hear any broadcast. The security troopers did not get the same broadcast from Captain Greystone.
Okay.
They're being left behind to die.
Right, the tunnel. Go for that. I'm sure.
All right. Captain Greystone pops in your muse. Tell them to that's insubordination. Tell them to go back to man their stations or it's mutiny and execute them.
Okay, I will tell them that.
You should
Place your
persuade
vote,
him.
soldier.
All right. Do you have intimidation?
I do have intimidation.
Well, you might want to intimidate them.
Okay.
Tell them to die for their country like real men.
It's pretty much. That's literally what Captain Greystone is telling them to do.
Despite being a weird remade man, I am apparently not intimidating because I get a 96 out of 60.
You just don't know how to word it correctly.
Yeah, it's not the most intimidating message. So they start leaving. So Captain Greystone tells you to execute them. So you can do that if you want, or you could. Well, that'll be your next action to determine what.
Okay.
To do that. So yeah, Richard already acted. So Raymond, let's see here. You can call in the airstrike.
Yep.
It will be en route. It'll arrive very quickly because they're very fast missiles. What are you going to do? You could try to run to. You're behind cover right now. There is a supply cache that's also behind cover, but you have to make a free running check to get there. They have painkillers and murder. Or you could, make more perception checks with your fiber eye. If you wanted to like figure out the exact, you could aim with your fiber eye this round to get an additional plus 30 to hit with the your next attack. Or I don't know, what do you want to do?
So, how close am I to the edge of the building?
You're about 15 feet away.
Okay. Will my grin be ready to take yet?
Yeah, you could do that this round.
I'd like to dose up on grin so that I don't. So I'm only at a -10 instead of a -20.
All right.
-30, sorry, instead of a -30. How likely is a utility tool to cut through concrete?
It could. You could do that if you wanted to cut a hole into the next floor.
Yeah, I'm tossing up between cutting a hole into the next floor, or I've also got pretty good free running and climbing, so it's either cut a hole through the floor or run and jump off the side and hope for the best.
Yeah, you could do that. You could, yeah.
Could I get if I do the run and jump off the side, because my fiber eye is looking down, would I get a bonus, so negate my -10?
Yeah, I allow that.
I think I'm going to do that so that I will be at my normal base.
Okay.
So I am going to, I'm going to psych myself up. I'm going to prepare an action. I get ready, and then I'm going to run to the edge and dive off. And as I'm running, I'm going to be firing both my medium pistol and my submachine gun in the direction of the sniper.
Like a boss.
And as you're diving off, that's when the airstrike hits. So there's an awesome explosion too.
And you're not looking at it.
Yeah.
As a free action, can I say my muse had Ave Maria queued up for just this occasion?
Yes, of course. So first, give me that free running check.
So just before I jump out, I look at my smart baboon Micah, and I say, "All right, Micah, let's do this."
All right. He will make his checks. He will make the same rolls that you make. So if you succeed, he succeeds. You're in it together. So first off, give me that free running check.
Okay, so I get a 55 on my free running, which is a success because it is
a critical success.
Indeed.
So you'll get a bonus on your attack rolls. So give me attack rolls. They will be if you use full auto, you will be at a standard roll. It'll negate everything. So, because even though you're moving and it's extremely long range.
I got a 92, but I'm going to use Moxie and invert that to 29 so that it's a success.
All right, that will actually hit. And go ahead and give me the other one.
I hope the baboon is just surfing on him at this point.
Oh yeah, clearly.
And I got a 4 for the other, so that's also a hit.
All right, the sniper doesn't see it coming. Out of your hail of bullets, a few of them arc just perfectly. As this is like a 200-meter shot. It's a building across.
Just too surprised.
Yeah, it's just enough bullets. You arc them up, and they just land beautifully. You don't know if the sniper's dead or not, but you hit him, and he will not be recovering anytime soon. And then you rappel down the side of the building. Into you get to the top floor, so you're no longer on the roof. But it's incredibly badass, and the explosion actually helps knock you back into the building, so you don't fall if there is a shockwave. So
call that the Die Hard.
Yeah, it is very badass. So you've cleared the roof of enemies. Let's see here, Dylan. What's up with you?
All right. Who else is down here near the ground floor with me? Is it Richard's character?
No, Richard is in the building across the street.
I'm near you.
Noah is on the ground floor next to you.
All right, I'm gonna find Noah and stick with him.
All right, you find Noah. Noah is dealing with 2 mutineers. Captain Greystone messages you both that they both need to be executed for dereliction of duty. Just shoot them and tell the others that if they flee their post, they will be shot as well. So yeah, what do you guys do?
If they shoot them, isn't it likely to make them flee harder?
Well, not if you kill them.
I'm going to activate my Neurocam.
Okay.
And
yes.
I'm going to use my particle beam bolter to shoot one of them in the head.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll. I'll give you a plus 30 to hit for surprise and close range.
Concentrated fire, double the damage.
I get a 29 out of my base is 65, so
All right. That succeeds. You kill him. I'll give you a intimidate check to tell the other one to keep going. And both of you give me will times 3 check, because you just killed an innocent guy who was terrified out of his mind.
intimidation. All right.
So we're
I get an
attacking the
18 out of
too?
40 for my intimidate,
All right, the
I didn't
other one
kill anybody.
scuttles up to the second floor.
and then I get a 74 out of 45 for my will.
Well, you're having a bad day.
I am. I need some comfort.
Where do all these morals come from?
I don't know.
You're an ultimate, but it's not your fight, and executing guys is just like this. It's just you're panicked too. So you take 3. You lose 3 lucidity.
Okay, yeah, that's enough to go over my trauma threshold.
All right, you're traumatized. You're freaking out. You're wondering if anyone's going to make it out alive.
So as well, so I'll take the same amount.
Yes, you will. This is and the mutineers. Let's see how well they do. I mean, the other soldiers. Well, they're like, oh shit. They decide to keep their post because they're afraid of being shot with a particle beam in the face.
I mean, that's a pretty good thing to be afraid of.
No, rationally it is. So let's see here.
Hey, what about the rest of us attacking that? Do we have to do that as well?
No, you're kind of focused on your own things.
Okay,
Plus,
good.
you're not exactly morally responsible for it. You weren't on the scene. Yeah. Let's see here. Jeb, let's see here. You need to give me an initiative check.
All right. D10. Oh, not good. 9.
Ooh, that does not beat their 10. So she will go again. She has.
I was watching my tac nets and we're just going down.
She will actually try to do an armor. She aims for your head, which will give her a -10 penalty. She will full auto for damage. So she needs 45 or less to put bullets into you. And she gets a 97. Oh,
Yes.
looking. But the other guy who is panicking because you're a big, scary psycho warrior with a heavy machine gun, he is going to throw his last frag grenade, which will kill the civilian next to you, the guy that they've been torturing, unless you, if you want it, since you have speed 2, you can make your action to try and grab it and throw it away. First, let's see how well he rolls. He 33 critical success.
Shit.
So. You can fray to get away from it. If you it's a normal check. If you succeed, you'll take half damage, and if you fail, you will take full damage, obviously. Now, if you want to catch it and throw it back, because it's a critical success, this guy's apparently a baseball pitcher or something like that, major leagues. You will need to basically get a critical. You'll need to beat him on a throwing check. It's an opposed throwing check to grab it and throw it back. So if you get a normal success and then spend a moxie to upgrade it, you can do that. So you have to choose, and you can't do both. Obviously, you can't fray and catch. But that, or you could just absorb it. You could jump on it and take additional damage and save the civilian. So only throwing or absorbing it will save his life. If you fray, he will surely be killed.
Just run. Screw him.
No.
I will give you a moxie if you save his life.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and basically gonna jump on the grenade.
You're gonna jump on the grenade, so no rolls necessary.
Yeah.
As you roll on it.
Well, what's my throwing? Where's my throwing at? Do I have throwing?
I think there is a throwing skill, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
it should be.
Yeah, throwing weapons.
Okay, so I have a 50 in throwing. Let's see if I can crit this.
It is actually. I should mention this is a critical success. This is an armor defeating shot. So yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a 50, so I'm gonna use my last moxie to upgrade that to a critical and throw it back.
All right, you throw it back. Congratulations. That is your action this round, and you kill him as you throw it back. It's incredibly badass, though.
Yeah, there's like a
Whips it at you
firewall
perfectly.
behind
You
me.
grab it, spin around, and throw it right back at him. So
yeah, zero sum gain on my moxie. So I
Yeah,
lose one and gain one.
if you're not out of the woods yet, you still have a
Yeah.
crazy the machine gunner. She has one more chance to shoot you full of bullets. So Richard, you're
Yo!
down there. The building's ready to blow whenever.
I'm a running.
All right, that's free running to get back up to the
Okey
level
doke.
with the spindle.
I need to roll that. Oops, I shouldn't have closed Dice Stream. Here we go. Roll 55. No, that is a fail because my feet running is 45.
All right.
So-
With a fail, critical failure. Let's say the building is not structurally intact. You fall. There are other holes in the building. You fall through one. So you're falling all the way. We'll just say you're falling.
Like I'm gonna fall to the ground floor.
You're just falling. You're falling down. You're stumbling through the stairs. So you'll take another. Let me roll.
Another turn or
4 points of damage. Ow. And you stop yourself eventually. But yeah, you're farther down than when you started.
okay. Well, that sucks.
That was not a good
At
round.
least you're not getting shot.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I'll just keep trying to get to the spindle so I can get out of here.
You can you can just go normally too. If you because you had speed 2, you could have gotten back on the spindle if you made your free running check. But if you spend your entire next action just moving slightly slower, you can get there and then make it go across the spindle.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. All right. So Raymond.
Yes.
Yes. The airstrike hits. It's totally awesome and horrifying. There's a mountain of burning corpses around, ringing the hospital, and the pressure of the shock wave has knocked back the remaining survivors, which you can see are in the tens, if not hundreds of thousands. It is unnatural. These people are moving with almost like a swarm of insects, trying to devour the hospital itself. You've never seen behavior like this. You can't explain it. There are synthmorphs, there are podmorphs, there are biomorphs, all kinds of people. It is quite horrifying, as you have a great view of it up that high up, and you're right by a window, so go ahead and give me a will times 3 check.
Yep.
Okay.
What is my will? 10, so 30. Oh, and I'm at a minus 10, so
Yes.
20. I got 52, so I fail.
All right. You take 6 lucidity, as you were terrified, or you're just like, your heart sinks as you see, despite everything you've done, this sheer amount of just insanity in front below you. So you can still act, though.
My trauma threshold is 4.
You do take a trauma, so you could get comfort this round, which is
trauma.
The what?
Don't I take 2? Didn't you say I took 9 stress?
6.
Oh, right. My bad.
Yeah. So you can take comfort this round if you want to. There's pharmaceutical dispensers nearby. You can just get yourself some comfort, which is like yogurt, only it makes you feel better.
Well, it doesn't have to be yogurt, but yes.
Yeah.
I drop my guns and slump against a pillar, and I turn to Micah and say, "Hey, buddy, can you go grab me some comfort? Because I'm just feeling like shit."
All right, so you do that. Down the hall, you can actually see Captain Greystone for the first time, along with one other man. They both look, or one just, you can't even tell if it's a man. It's just some guy or some person in a heavily armored suit, like a light power armor, a hoplite type suit. Helmet on, you can't see what's inside. Carrying a heavy rail machine gun.
Fuck.
No, they're part of your team, and there are 2.
Yeah.
There are two women on different beds that are being wheeled out to the elevator. It looks like those are and you get a designation on your muse saying these are the VIPs that must be escorted out. Captain Greystone sees you. He messages you, tells you get the fuck up to the roof, and so you eat your comfort, and
I'm gonna walk over to Grayson as he's saying this, and as Micah brings me my comfort.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say this on TechNet. I'm going to say this to his face using my mouth words. Grayson, this is a lot of death.
Yes, it is. But look. I know that I can't make it right. I can't explain everything to you. But we have to get these women out of here. We can make a difference if we get them out of here. If we get them to the place we need to take them to.
Okay, but what is your plan for getting all the security personnel that you're leaving on the ground floor out?
You have to think of the bigger picture.
Yeah, I understand that, but do you have any kind of plan for how they're gonna get out of here?
You have to think of the bigger picture. You get a seat, we get a seat, they get a seat, and that's it.
That seat isn't worth shit if I have to live with myself for the rest of eternity, being a horrible person that sacrificed thousands so that I could get a comfy seat out of here.
Okay, well that's what you do. That's what you say. So that's at the end of that action.
Yeah.
So Dylan, let's see here. So yeah, the one mutineer was executed. The other goes back to work, and the others hurry up to take positions, start shooting again at the horde. That has stopped now because of the Ring of Fire, but they've started yelling and screaming, and it sounds like chanting as they start to wait for the fires to burn down, the napalm to stop. So that's even worse. You didn't think it would be worse than them charging in in an insane fury, but that's somehow worse. You don't have to make any more will saves. You're thoroughly traumatized, so you can get to the roof if you want to and wait for the rendezvous, or I don't know, do something else.
What's Noah doing?
Noah, you can. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna head to the roof.
All right. Let's tag team it up to the roof. And I just noticed that I am also over my first trauma threshold, so I guess I'm gobbling some comfort on the way up as well.
All right, yeah. There's comfort everywhere. It seems like the dispenser has just been pumping it out nonstop. It seems like there's been a high demand for comfort for some weird reason. So back to Jeb.
Yep.
Same thing. The machine gun woman is going to do the same thing she did last time. Yeah. Let's see here, and she gets a 90. Oh,
thank
too bad.
God.
So it's your action. Unfortunately, she's aiming at you, and the civilian is somehow not struck by any bullets.
Yep.
So, what are you going to do?
I'm going to full auto the lady.
Okay.
With the machine gun. I will full auto for Dan. Well, is she wearing any armor? If I can see.
Nope. She is wearing standard office wear, sort of a business suit kind of thing.
All right, then I will call.
Wait, no, she's actually wearing a security guard outfit. She was a security guard. So.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna call shot to the head and then use the burst fire for accuracy.
Okay, that's a plus 20 altogether. Yeah.
So that makes it a plus. So I have 80 to hit. 59 out of 80.
All right, that hits. Unless she rolls an 11, she cannot dodge. She does not roll an 11 or 100. So, and she is a splicer morph, so you basically kill her.
Yes.
Good job.
Yay!
As she does, her body it's kind of unnatural as this thick miasma, sort of reddish purple black, kind of just starts bursting out of her. She was really unnaturally hot and warm. Yeah, so that sort of thick kind of mist of just, you have no idea what the fuck that is. Sort of starts, floating, wafting through the cubicle area that you're in. It's blocking the way to the stairwell. Do you have speed too?
No, speed 1.
Okay, so that's all you can do this round.
Yes.
That's horrifying, though. Not enough that you have to make a stability check or will save, but yeah.
As that's going on, I'm going to send a message to the guy saying that I have a wounded civilian I'm going to try and rescue.
Okay. So, Richard, you can move to intercept them, or you can just get to the spindle and get on back.
I'll just get to the spindle and get on back.
All right, let's see. The rioters do see you as you spindle over, so let's see how accurate they are.
I'll flip them the bird.
All right, good job. That's a 30. That will hit. So let's see here. What armor do you have?
You said if we had below 12 that we would have at least 12, right?
Okay. Yes. So
Yes.
you have
I
12,
have 12.
minus 4, 8 armor. 8 armor versus 13, so 5. You take 8 points of damage.
Yeesh, that's enough for a wound.
As stray bullets hit you. Ow. But you get across. So everyone gets up onto the roof except let's just deal with Jeb real quick because he's the only one who
Give
isn't.
me a nano bandage.
Yeah.
I'm playing Aaron today.
It had to be one of us.
All right, so Jeb, you get the civilian off. Do you have any medical skills or anything?
Don't think so. Let me check.
Do you have
here.
nano bandages on your character?
No, just have medicines.
Okay. Yeah, you pull him out. He was literally nailed to the wall with a nail gun, a neo nail gun, a cyber nail gun. I don't know.
Space nail gun.
Yes. Well, you're on Earth. It's not space gun. He's bleeding. He's hurt, but he's alive. But there's that thick mist stuff that is coming out of the woman's corpse.
Yeah.
That's really, you don't want any part of that. And it's sort of moving towards you, but very slowly. But it is blocking the stairwell. So you have a couple options. You could try a free running check at a penalty to carry the man around it and get to the far stairwell.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could give me a climbing check at a penalty to climb up because you're only 1 story up below the below the spindle that you can hook on. So those are the 2 obvious things you see.
Another one is, can I use my plasma rifle to try and basically melt this dust that's coming towards us?
It is diffuse. Your plasma thing will vaporize part of it, but not all of it. And you realize if you try and just empty your plasma rifle to vaporize all of it, it will get to you, or certainly the civilian, before you can do so.
Well, I will. I don't have any climb, so I will try and free run.
Yeah.
Through the cloud. I'm going to switch to my oxygen reserves and turn on my nanophage.
Yeah, you think you're probably pretty resilient to whatever it is. More getting the civilian. It'd be a negative 10 penalty to your free running check.
Oh, okay. That makes it a 45.
And you got a moxie for saving him from at least being tortured to death.
I'm going to use that to flip it from a 54 to a 45 then.
Very good. You actually get him by, and you start humping, moving him up to the next floor. So the last thing you have to do is get him across. So do you go first, or do you let him go first?
I will let him go first.
Okay, you get shot at.
Shit.
Or wait, I will say, do you want to put your body armor on him?
Look, you're already being Aaron here. Just go full Aaron at this point.
Yeah.
Give him your gun while you're at it.
Yeah,
you can
I'll give
open
him my
fire on
bio
the crowd
wave.
to try and suppress them while he's going.
Oh yeah,
across.
could I use my seeker rifle with the heat missiles to
There you
provide
go.
suppressing fire?
Yeah, no, you can do that. Give me a seeker
I
check.
will do that. I have 68 in seeker. 67.
Does that hit?
Yes.
All right, great job. Between that, they get a critical failure, shoot at him. So he gets across quite safely. Now here's the problem. You drew all their attention.
Yeah.
and they mostly have short range weapons, and you're pretty high up. But you have to go across the spindle too, and you don't have. You did put body armor on him, right?
No, I just used my secret
Okay,
rifle.
you kept your body armor. All right, fair enough.
Yes.
All right, so you have to go across, and you will take more fire now because they see you and they're really pissed at you.
Now, can I request covering fire over the TACnet from everyone else that's on the other side of the building?
Okay, yeah,
Guys,
you guys don't have to roll for that. I will say you guys can empty some weapons on that, so that'll mitigate it somewhat. So let's see how they roll. I'll say it's a 50% chance they can hit. And he gets is that a 9 or an 89? That is a 9. That will hit. It's not armor defeating though, so let's just
awesome.
I
have armor 21.
You take 1 point of damage again because your armor is quite heavy. So good job.
Is it when we hit our wound threshold or when we surpass it? Because that puts me up to 8.
I will say when you hit it. That is the threshold for 1 wound.
I'm at 8 damage total. So that
now you have meta damage or meta sheen, so you're fine. This ends the beginning of the first act of
the opening cutscene is done.
Hooray!
So we can take a quick break. I will be right back. You guys can talk amongst yourselves as you Captain Greystone, as you see the transport coming, and we'll move on to the rest of the scenario. So I'll be right back. You guys want to?
Going to go use the bathroom myself, so I'll be right back.
I'll just get ready to hand Grayson that ecto I found. I'm sure that will have no negative repercussions.
I'm probably.
Of course. Then I'll have the problem. It's like I've got a civilian, guys, and Grayson's gonna be like, no, kill him.
Yeah, I saw that coming. That's why I was like, I don't care, whatever. I was half expecting him to just say, cut the rope. We don't want the extra baggage. But...
Let it fall. I'm probably going to use my networking hypercorps to try and get us an alternate evac site for everyone that's being left behind by Grayson or Greystone or whatever it was.
Yeah, Greystone.
Because I've got C rep 70, so I mean, if anyone was going to be able to pull it off.
Apparently, I've got like 60 E-rep, so go apologists.
Yeah.
You're just thinking of all the horrible environmental damage that's been done.
What about the...
I'm a reclaimer, apparently.
We have destroyed the biosphere of the common New York rat.
No, the rats will be fine.
I'm back.
They'll mutate like always.
Exactly. Welcome back.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I just said welcome back.
Okay, welcome back. It seems like everybody's having a good time so far. So.
Yeah, good times.
No, terrible. It's a terrible game.
I'm not
having fun.
I'm not immersed. Oh, I see how it is.
I gotta air it harder.
All right, so you're all on the roof. All probably, with new bullet wounds and 1,000-yard stares in your eyes.
I'll secure myself a doctor and order him to fix me.
Yeah. It's kind of unusual. All of you, this has been just an unnatural riot, or people. You haven't seen any you've seen war machines acting and strange things that you can't even, they defy description. But this was seemingly focused on just people that have been driven mad by something you can't explain. But the transport helicopter is a heavy model that has extra guns on it, mounted weapons, and not a lot of transport space. And all by now know that Captain Greystone has not told anyone else they are supposed to just man their station. Of course, the riders see that and take fire, take pot shots at it. But fortunately, between there is some more air support laying down missile strikes to suppress them. But as it's coming into it, you can talk to Captain Greystone, and each other. So
Well, actually, so the ground forces, as far as they know, they're just going to stay there and hold them off, even though they don't know that, right?
Yes, they are clearly meant to be sacrificial lambs to.
So is there like a guy in charge of that, like near us?
Well, Captain Greystone is in charge of the entire situation. If you're talking about the guy in charge of the security troopers,
Yeah.
there's a corporal, or no, actually there's a police detective who got roped into this.
Cool.
And it was his last day in the week, or last day on his shift.
I will
he's
approach
1 week
him.
away from retirement.
Sure.
I'll also go up to him as well.
I'll
Yeah.
say, excuse me, detective. Hey, man, look, I'm with these special guys. We're getting the, whatever. Listen, while we were over setting up these demo charges over there for that building, you're going to really want to keep an eye on that. It's going to look sweet when it blows up. It's going to be amazing. But anyways, I found this ecto. It's got something about attack plans or something. Like, I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet because, we were setting up the bombs. Again, going to be a really cool explosion. But, you should probably look at this, and maybe that'll help you guys with, your whatever it is you're gonna do, and hold off the attacks. So, hang on to that.
All right, he grabs it and says, "Well, I'm not a techie. I'll hand it off to someone else." He pockets it, so he's not gonna use it.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
Okay.
Hey, look, you guys got any combat drugs? You got any murder, kick, anything? Like that?
Yeah, go to the pharmacy.
Sweet, thanks.
You can grab 2 doses each.
All right,
It
I
only
get me
lasts
some murder and
one
kick.
fight. Yeah,
That's just
all the drugs. All right, so that's what you do while you're waiting.
Detective.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if I could talk to you, police officer to police officer.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
I pull him aside quickly. Look, I don't think that Grayson intends to take everyone out of here.
He's taking people out of here?
See, I spoke in vague terms.
There's an armored transport flying in, isn't there? I thought we could see it.
Oh, I couldn't. No, well, he's down on the second floor. He's
Oh,
not up on
okay,
the roof.
my mistake.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't think that we're going to be able to defend this position for very long, but I'm hoping to secure some alternate means of evac. And if you can help keep the crowds within our perimeter, so the security personnel under control, remind them that, of course, there's going to be a transport to get them out of here, then I think that it would be beneficial to both of us. And I'm going to make a law enforcement roll.
Okay.
To remind him of his duty of keeping the peace.
Yeah. Well, he clearly failed at that. I mean...
I got a 38 out of 70 at a minus 10, so 60, so I succeeded.
Okay, so what is exactly you're trying to get him to do?
Basically, I just want him to stop everybody from losing their shit when they realize that Grayson is only taking out his personnel.
All right, you give him the heads up.
And I am going to actually try and find alternate transport by using my networking hypercorp.
Well, when you mention this, he says, "Well, there is a maintenance tunnel that leads out of this place."
Where does it lead to? I ask him.
Well, multiple locations. There's a couple of buildings like a few blocks away, and there's actually a weak point. I could blow a hole and get into the sewer system. I will. Now that you give me the heads up, we will evac the hospital by our own methods after you leave.
I'll see if I can get you some assistance. Maybe somebody can get a pickup ship over to that building that you're going to go to, or maybe even drop in some weapons or supplies there, something like that.
Yeah, no, I'd appreciate it. Okay, so you can give me networking military/firewall check.
I'm going to use networking hypercorps because I have C-rep 70.
All right.
I have networking hypercorps at 65. I got an 80, but I'm going to spend a moxie to flip that.
All right. You actually get a call. You ask, and actually, you find on Neo Craigslist, one of the few remaining networks on the mesh, that their Ginsec Security has.
Ginsec.
Yeah, Ginsec. They've been overrun, but they have an armory that no one's been able to get to. So anyone who's still on the side of sanity and isn't going around screaming, bloody and carving things into people, is welcome to it. And the password is "This is a great payday." And that is not
Excellent
too far
pass.
away. And there are like hover cars in it and things like that. So that would
sweet.
give them a fighting chance to do something at least. So yeah, you can give them that location.
I'll tell the detective that info.
Okay.
And
So so that's what you do while you're waiting for the transport. Then you.
Yep.
Anybody doing anything else aside from grabbing drugs?
Is it going to be possible for us to get like a medicine check done by like any paramedics or something on scene to recover some ability?
Yeah, let me see how effective that's going to be. There are a couple of, let's see here. Well, not too effective. 75. So everyone can heal 2 hit points as they stick up a little bit, or put nano bandages on you, and those heal like about 1 or 2 hit points an hour. So that's about all they can do. But none of your wounds are infected, and
Ross?
Yeah.
Nano bandages, I don't know if you're aware. Heal 1d10 hit points per 2 hours.
Per 2 hours, okay. Well, this will be instantly. I thought it was divided by something. But anyways, that's 2 hours. I'll say it gives you 2 hit points instantly, and it'll heal the rest over time. So it's a continuous thing. Yeah. Also, this is 10 years before the Eclipse phase, so maybe these are nano bandages. Beta. They're not even good. Like they improved.
Yeah,
nano bandages
whatever works
after
for you, I don't mind.
These are vintage.
Yeah, these are vintage nano bandages.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise we need a full medicine test, and that's just a matter of time.
Yeah, vinyl nano bandages. Anything else?
I'm going to attempt to drop off my survivor somewhere for him to get some treatment.
Okay. He is rounded up with the paramedics treat him. The remaining doctors and paramedics treat him. He's able to walk and carry himself. He's muttering about how the people just turned and they started talking and they started chanting. He was just wide-eyed. They just looked at machines and they were different. Something happened to them. That's all you can sort of pick up.
Okay.
And so Greystone, the transport helicopter lands. The airstrike is covering it. You're all hustled in. Okay, Raymond, there's one other thing you want to do?
Yeah, I was just going to make, because there's a bunch of people that are going to be leaving on the transport, I wanted to make an investigation check to see if there's, basically I'm going to walk up and be like, you're not going to be needing this piece of gear, and redistribute it.
Okay. Yeah, alright, you can do that.
I got a 22, which is
22.
a success and a critical.
Well, you actually see, you realize you can, the supply cache, you can send a message to they're going to abandon a lot of supplies on the roof. And with that, you realize you could message the detective to pick them up about a minute and a half after the transport leaves. That'll be out of Greystone's sight, and so Greystone won't realize the mutiny's on, or that the people are going to abandon their post. And you can also kick a couple of extra boxes of ammo that you're not going to use. Like you see, there are some weapons, railgun weapons and things like that, or railgun ammo. None of the people on the ship have railguns, except for the mounted ones in the ship itself. So yeah, they will get some extra supplies.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So Greystone, the 2 VIPs are both women, and they are both on these sort of robotic gurneys that sort of just carry them. They're both sedated or comatose. There's a little thin, sort of high, very strong plastic or something, bubble that's protecting them. Yeah, spider beds, basically. And Greystone and the one other soldier in power armor load in, and then it's you guys, and then that's it. There's actually not a lot of space because this is an attack helicopter with limited transport capabilities, but it quickly lifts off and dumps a lot of chaff to cover, as a couple secret rifles are shot off from the crowd, from the thousands of people below you. But you get one last... The what?
Does it have mounted guns on it?
Yes, it does. Does anybody have the gunnery skill?
I do.
I do.
All right.
So we high five and we both get on the
Yeah! Mark 5s!
All right. So, yeah, which you will probably need. So as you mount up and load off, you can watch the hospital quickly get smaller and smaller. You finally get one, Raymond, you do get one message. The detective says, we're evacing now. It's an encrypted message. Greystone won't see it, but you can see them heading, see a quick little XP video from the detective as he leads a group of civilians down below into the tunnels. They're loaded with whatever gear they can carry, the civilians and the remaining security troopers. As the rioters grow bolder and start, the fire starts dying down, so that you can hear them hitting in the lobby as they enter the tunnels below. Then it cuts off. So it looks like they have as much of a chance as anybody in this.
I will tussle Micah, my baboon's hair, and say, "We did good, buddy. We did good."
So they will not all die at least they won't die in the hospital. So
I gave them a chance.
You
And
gave
then I'm
them
gonna do a weapon check.
I'll give you. Do you have any motivations that would be plus? Helping people. Screw it. I'll give you a point of moxie for that. So, good job. You all have the motivation of.
Fit into that?
Yeah. But you finally get the waypoint of where you're supposed to go. It is actually a laboratory in an office park in upstate New York. It'll take you about 2 hours to get there.
God, I hope they're not taking us to Buffalo.
But
Don't get the preference.
as you settle in, you can as you begin to just calm down a little bit as the helicopter climbs as high as it can go. As it, you see Manhattan burning below you. You guys can talk or react, or what do you do? Yeah, you can check your weapons and reload. It's very,
I'm
cool.
just like spinning the gun in its mouth and just like taking aims at things and making gun noises.
I'm gonna make a paramedic check to see if I can speed my wound recovery.
Yeah. All right, give me a roll. Don't critically fail.
Thankfully, I didn't critically fail, but I didn't succeed.
All right, you can't really do much.
I didn't expect to do much anyway. But
let's see here. So, as you continue on for a little way, anything else? No? Okay.
I think I might talk to my comrades.
All right.
Well, actually, I'd like to talk to Greystone and see if he can give us any information about where we're actually headed.
All right.
He just says it's a lab. It's an off-the-books facility. It's
Black site?
It's for research and development, not a black site per se. But these women are former patients or subjects, and they apparently what they researched here has something to do with what's happening now, and the key to resolving the situation is in them. This is very high stakes, gentlemen. And
I really hope that these women don't turn out to be like early carriers of the Watts McCloud strain.
I'll tell you right now, man, this is some it's like that cartoon Akira, man. These some sci-fi shit.
I don't get that reference.
Yeah.
I don't know my Ecto, man. I have my muse send it to you. It's pretty good, man. It's good stuff.
Yeah. It's like some guy quoting Shakespeare these days. Why quoting classics? Such an anachronism.
Such outdated technology.
Look, man, it's even with for today's technology, it's a long trip from India to the U.S. You got to find something to keep yourself occupied.
This is true. So, anybody else? Dylan, Jeb?
No.
Okay.
I just keep
I'd
talking.
like to. I was going to chat to some people.
Okay.
Just the rest of the team.
You can talk a little bit.
That was some fucked up shit back there, guys.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. That's like one hell of an evac, you know?
Fucking people. Fuck. Like, there was surgeon. I could see him from up on the roof.
Yeah.
Like freaking a monster movie or something.
Oh, look, man, people get scared. They do stupid stuff. You should have seen in Bahavnagar. There was riots in the streets, man. They're just setting fire to stuff, trying to get on ships that have big holes in the hull. They get them out 20 feet in the river and it just sink. They don't know no better. They're crazy.
This was actually different though, because they acted with these aren't you've seen scared and angry people, but these people acted without any fear of death or injury. They acted
Yeah,
without.
no.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I haven't lost any lucidity, so I'm rationalizing all of it.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
Ross?
unlike myself.
Ross, I'm going to play back some of the audio of the chanting from that crowd.
Okay.
And I happen, for some reason, to have academics linguistics at 50. I wonder if I can take a shot at analyzing their language.
Oh, please
Good
roll
luck.
critical success.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Can I aid him because I've got 3 different languages?
Yeah, sure. I'll give you, Dylan. You get a +10 to your roll.
So I'm going to prepare a parachute.
Okay.
What does Fatagan mean?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't
so,
even think we had parachutes. We probably use like little jetpacks.
There are nano parachutes.
There's
Oh,
a
what's
electromagnetic.
All right, what'd you
Okay,
get?
I got a 91, but I'm going to spend a moxie to flip it around. I'm just trying to get a sense, are these folks chanting eerily all in the same language, or is it just a mesh?
Yes, it is the same language. They are actually speaking in unison, as they are perfectly synced in a way that they would have to be networked together some way, in a way you've never seen before. And now give me a will times 3.
Should I make that roll as well because I was also listening?
Yes.
48 over 30.
So was that a failure?
That's a failure.
All right. This is not.
Sorry, you go.
Let's see here. You take only 1 lucidity. This is not a This is a language. It has all the structure of a language, but you have enough information in your brain and through the available mesh networks to identify every single language ever spoken on Earth. This is not one of them. This is not an artificial language. It's not a fake language. This is a sophisticated structure, clearly intelligent, but it is your language analysis software actually has errors because it suggests that the tonal patterns indicate that the native speakers of this language would not have human vocal boxes. It is clearly an error.
Clearly.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, that you try to rationalize it, but maybe it's not an error. But why are they speaking this way? Why are they chanting? You cannot understand it. If you could talk to one of them, maybe they could translate it for you.
I'm good.
Because they still seem to be cognizant of English, but or whatever native language they spoke. But it's like something gave them a new language and spoke it at, I guess, native level competency. But yeah, some kind of ritualistic meaning behind it.
Do the patterns match any other non-spoken linguistic form like programming languages or math or any other kind of
you don't have enough of a
sequence?
you don't have enough to make that kind of analysis. That would take hours, and you'd have to have a more comprehensive speech. You could, like, they're probably broadcasting it through mesh networks below you, if you wanted to get a bigger sample.
Yeah, patch into the mesh.
I'm good from up here, thanks.
I also failed my willpower check, but I took. I'm still under the effects of comfort.
Okay, well, it's only 1 lucidity loss. So unless that pushes you over into...
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'd take another bite of my comfort yogurt bar.
It's unnerving, but not enough to, drive you mad. So as you're leaving, crossing, out of Manhattan, seeing the remnant, you actually first see you look over, there's a ferry in the water. It seems to be, beleaguered, losing water as it's trying to get to the other shore. But then gunners, give me perception checks as you check out the ferry, because you're, I assume, looking for targets.
Yes. I do have enhanced vision and T-ray emitters.
All right. T-ray emitters will not work, but you do have enhanced vision, so you have super eagle eyes with plus 30.
I make my perception.
All right.
What was the bonus I got?
Plus 30.
Plus 30. Okay, so yeah, I make that.
All right. Both of you give me will times 3.
Oh no! Fail.
All right.
Fail.
52 out of 45.
There is this worm-like thing wrapping itself around the that is wrapped around the fairy. You couldn't see it at first because it's kind of, you realize it's absorbing the contents of the fairy itself, and it's just kind of and it kind of absorbs the look of those materials as it absorbs it. It has the white paint on it as it leaches into the pattern of itself. I mean, it's a little like gray goo, but it's sprouting wings as it looks up and seems to. What you assume it to be its head starts tracking the helicopter.
Shooting it.
Yes. So now we're into combat.
All right.
Yes.
What's the range on a seeker?
You can. It will be -10 because you're from a moving vehicle. You can actually. There are firing ports.
Okay.
The helicopter is made of smart materials and can open firing ports for long-range weapons like seeker rifles. So let's see. For others, if you have any technical skills, you can make skill checks to help analyze what's going on. You could assist another character, or you could try ECM warfare to try and blind it. Let's see, with an infosec check if you have that, or I don't know. There's ways to help even if you can't shoot directly.
Can I use investigation to analyze the way it's moving and whatnot and see if I can spot any weaknesses?
Yes, you can. That's a great idea. That will be a will times 3 save though.
I'm gonna say, look harder at it.
You see people in it that are still moving and trying to get out. It seems to be absorbing people more slowly than inanimate objects. You're not sure if that's just by accident or if it's intentionally dissolving them slower to make them suffer more.
I succeed on my investigation. Now let's make that will times 3 check, which will be 20 because I'm at -10. Nope, I fail. Even if I flip it, I fail.
All right. You're having a bad day.
I am.
Ow! I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry. You lose 10 lucidity. And this will be derangement territory, I assume. This will be your second trauma, I think?
Yes. Well, actually, yes. It will be because it's still over 4, but I only actually take 5 effectively because with the comfort, you take 5 off your bonus lucidity. You get a +5 bonus first.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't take a derangement yet, but it is totes creepy.
Oh no, I still take a trauma.
Okay,
my trauma threshold is 4.
Yeah.
So I'm now at 2.
All right, so you're very well. You only get a trauma at 2 effective, or you only get a derangement at 2 effective traumas. If one's being suppressed by comfort, you have to get 3. So
That's a fair point.
you don't go crazy yet, but you are like freaked out. So you're analyzing it. It'll take you a little bit to act. Dylan, again, we'll just go left to right. What are you doing?
I'm racking my brains here, but I don't see anything on my skill list that can help. Can I spot for one of the shooters?
You can. Who do you want to spot for, Noah or Richard? Greystone is directing the pilot. Actually, you can make perception checks to look ahead for other targets. While everyone's focused on that, you might want to be looking for other targets.
All right, that sounds good.
All right, so you make a perception check.
I got unfortunately, I got a 55 over my perception, so that is a critical fail.
All right, that's the only threat. You're sure of it. So you're fine. Yeah. Jeb, what about you?
A question: is there anything I can use with either interest Titan Tech or profession wrecking machines?
Either one. You can make a skill check.
All right. Let's do Titan Tech because who doesn't need sanity?
I think profession wrecking machines is the thing that you want.
Oh yeah, let's do that one.
If you shoot a machine,
whichever's highest,
it
I
stops
guess.
working.
54 out of 55 on profession wrecking machines.
Okay, you actually look at it, and you've seen this before in the last, couple days, and you've actually realized how these can be killed. And the thing is, or very effectively, the problem is it's not real easy. They have a nearly impenetrable outer shell that's far more resistant to damage than anything in the universe should have a right to be. The thing is, it absorbs organic material very easily, and the juicy innards are really,
Oh.
vulnerable. So if someone were to get on that, stick their hand in, they could do a lot of damage. But
So
you
we basically
do
got
have
a
to get on
phlebotomy
it. So that's
with
one week.
black. You just get eaten.
Yes, that would be one thing. So that's where you spend your action. So Noah and Richard, go ahead and give me those gunnery checks.
Hell
Yay!
yeah.
I've got something that I could say. That could
Also,
be,
wait,
in terms
really
of
quick.
planning.
We failed those will times 3 checks. Did we get any?
Oh yeah, everyone who
damage?
looks at it, everyone has to make a will times 3 now that they are actually looking at the monster. If you haven't already.
I critted 11 out of 60.
You're fine. You don't have to make any more lucidity checks for the rest of this.
That one thing.
It's not that bad once you know how it works.
Yeah.
So what do we get for failing it?
It's only 3.
3?
Yeah, roll low.
All right.
Anyways, Noah and Richard, what did you make your gunnery checks or not?
I did not. I got a 98.
All right.
I'm going
So wide.
to flip my 80 to an 8 and hit.
All right. Let's see if it frays. It does a barrel roll. Does not barrel roll. So you hit it. One segment of it is torn apart, or seems to. You realize it was 7 segments in length, but now it's 6 segments. As your railgun fire or your heavy railgun fire, you just pour round after round of armor-piercing ammo into it, and it doesn't seem to stop. But you realize you are doing some damage to it, but it's rebuilding itself by just cannibalizing its own bulk. And each length, by the way, is like the length of a train car. It's monstrously large, and it's moving really fast. And it has wings. How the fuck can it do this? Nothing about this makes any sense.
It's cheating.
Yeah, it's clearly cheating. So, anyways, it's getting up close. Let's see how well the pilot does, keeping clear of it. Let's see here. He gets a 33. Holy shit!
Nice.
And it does not do well. So the pilot gains some ground on it, actually, as he gets out of its way. So you will have 2 more rounds each, before it will get up in your business. So yeah, I'll say you're 2 rounds away from it. So you either need to if you can get 5 widths away from it, you'll just outrun it. Or if you kill off the remaining 6 lengths of it, you will kill it. So 1 successful railgun hit will, knock it down. Of course, you have limited ammo for your railgun. I'll say you have 4 more full attacks each, because the railguns have been shooting quite a bit lately. They didn't have a full ammo compartment when they came in. And you have 1 chafe unit, which you can use to avoid 1 attack. But after that, it will, latch on. So just to explain some of the mechanics. So again, this is a task action. Also, if you're within 1 length of it, someone can actually, you can open up a small door. Again, smart materials in the helicopter, and hook on a rope or use your Neo parachute to try and jump on it, and like a boss, and hope for the best. But you do have handheld explosives you could use if you want to give up a hand or something like that. Those are just options. I'm just throwing those out there. Greystone does he? Let's see. Well, he does. He gets Greystone. The power armor guy misses with an 81. So, anyways, Dylan.
I'm gonna assist one of the gunners.
Okay.
So I think I'll assist Noah again.
So you want to assist Noah or Richard?
I'll assist Noah.
Noah. All right. So you're doing that. You start aiming. You start helping tracking it and trying to figure out how far to lead the shots because the worm is flying very chaotically, and trying to figure out the trajectories is really hard. But you're assisting him. So Jeb.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do this just because my meds are kicking in. I'm getting really drowsy, but I'm going to, with my other remaining heat mini missiles and my seeker rifle, I'm going to go. I'm going to just go Geronimo into
go out like
inside
a
of it.
boss.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this round you have to prep. So this round they form the door, and you step through it. You slam behind it. You're hooked onto the ship right now with your mag boots or something.
Mhm.
So you can either have a rope or a parachute. The rope only has a certain length. The parachute, well, if basically if you kill the monster, you are important that they will circle around to try and grab you. So even if you parachute, you're not out of the mission successfully. But it's
I'll probably use a rope for a fast descent.
okay. So you're roped in. So that's what you do. You prep for that this round. Noah and Richard, you can give me those gunnery rolls.
All right.
23 out of 50.
Okay.
What bonus do I get for
+10.
+10? All right. No, I miss.
All right, that's one more hit. It's down to 5 links, and So let's see here, and then finally, Raven.
Yes. So I have a little bit of a convoluted plan. So
Okay.
just go with me for a minute.
All right.
I want to use my interest smuggling routes, but what I want to do is I want to find a place that people that are smuggling things in by air avoid because they know that it is a automated fire on site to obliterate anything that comes into this zone type area.
Okay. Yeah.
And I want to direct our pilot to try and get as close to that as possible in the hopes that it destroys the thing that is following us.
Okay. You hope. All right. Yeah, you can do that. Give me a roll.
Yep. All right. Here we go. I got to get under 40. And I got 42, so I will spend a moxie.
All right. Yes, there's actually one on the way to the lab. There is a federal prison, a supermax prison, that because of various, drones being thrown, used to smuggle in supplies and make airdrops for prisoners, they put up, surface-to-air missile launchers. And you guys should be okay because they have, friend or foe identification.
We just need to hope that the thing following us can't replicate that.
Yes, and that the person hasn't been overrun and the launchers are down.
Also, what were the results of my investigation check last round? I succeeded.
Oh yeah, you did make it. You do see. Well, you get the information. You also see its mouth is not covered in armored, scales or whatever the hell that is. Also, the joints of the wings are vulnerable, but the wings are obviously extremely hard to hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna say over TACnet, fire for its mouth. It's got weak armor there.
Yeah. So let's see here. Let's do the piloting check. Your pilot, 61, not so well. He barely fails. He has piloting of 6. Actually, no, he would have 70, so he gets a normal success. But the monster, also gets a normal success. So he loses 1 length because the monster is faster. But it's only 1 length. So yeah, you're 1 length ahead of it. So he's catching up. And let's see how well the pilot does, or the power armor guy does. And he hits. Let's see if the monster can dodge. The monster does not. So it's down to 4 lengths, but it's only 1 length away. So new round. Dylan? You're going to keep spotting?
Yeah, that seemed to work out just fine, so I'll keep spotting for Noah.
All right, very good. Let's see here. Jeb.
Yes.
Going for Big Damn Heroes. All right, so
Yeah.
it is close enough for you to jump on. So I could allow free fall if that's higher than your free running.
I don't have free fall, so this pre-gen does not have free fall.
Okay. Some of them do, some of them don't.
Yeah, this one doesn't. It's got free running. So.
Okay. You take it.
You said we all got one Moxie when we left, right?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. Let's see. I got a roll. Gonna use a Moxie on that to make that a
Success.
50. Yeah.
All right, you're on it. You're on the beast. I say, would you have taken? I guess you would have taken murder to get speed too.
Hell yeah.
All right, so you can take an action. So the thing is, the hide is impenetrable except to organic stuff. Now, so if you wrap your hand around a grenade, you could probably get the grenade in, or something that you can totally enclose with your fist. So you could have got a grenade, a heat grenade. But
yeah, what I wanted to do was take my heap mini missiles and basically make it into a gestalt stick of dynamite, as it were.
Okay.
With my demolition skill.
Okay, but if you explode it on the surface, it will still be armored. The way to get to a weak point is to use flesh, like the Terminator.
Yeah, maybe I'm trying to make it swallow it.
You could just explode it off the roof, off the top of it, though. So what is exactly is your plan?
Yeah, basically try to get some kind of explosive inside.
All right, I could say you could get the warhead of a mini missile in your hand, and so you have that in there. So it's the equivalent of a heat grenade.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you're gonna do? Yeah. Just detonate it in there?
Yep.
All right, you do so. I will say, let's see how well the monster handles it.
That's a spice in me to bowl.
All right, so it explodes. It loses 2 links as there is a massive hole in the top of it. That quickly forms up. Give me a Psalm times 3. You take the full damage of you take half the damage of the grenade as your hand just goes away. So let's take a look. How much damage does a heat grenade do?
Yep, 67 out of 75.
67, 75. All right, so you hang on. Now let's see if you can not die from the damage. So 31 damage. Divided by 2, 16 damage or 15 damage. With -8. Yeah, armor defeating because it's your hand was on it.
Yeah. That's 16 damage.
Yeah.
That is 2 traumas.
All right. 2 wounds.
Yeah, 2 wounds. There we go.
All right. Are you still up?
Yeah, my durability is 40, and that's
okay.
With 16 damage makes me math 24 damage total.
All right. So give me another Psalm times 3 to stay conscious.
No. 99.
Critical failure.
Nice knowing you, pal.
Yeah, no. The explosion burns your rope, and you slump over with a critical failure. Yeah, that's it. You fall. You did take out 2 of its links, though. It is much smaller than it was, but Jeb's character goes falling through the smoke.
In my last moments, I sent a text message, name a beer after me.
Name a beer after you. So yeah, what was your character archetype again?
The machine hunter.
Oh yeah, so yeah, the machine hunter died fighting a giant, weird gray goo machine. Yeah. Good job.
That's how we get our names.
So Noah and Richard, you can give me attack rolls.
Okay.
Nope, 87. I miss.
Dylan's still giving me that +10, correct?
Yes.
I hit.
All right. It brings it down to 1 length. It is barely just a flying head with wings at this point. And he hits. And let's see here. And he and the power armor pilot finally, the power armor guy, finally gets hit in with a seeker rifle. So you finally managed to destroy the thing as you're flying over upstate New York. So losing 1 member of your squad. You barely limp into so I'll name a Martian brewery after you. So
fortunately, it's a microbrew.
Yeah.
Oh.
Micrograv brew.
Ah! High five, bro.
High five, bro. All right. So, the upstate New York is actually far calmer, simply because there's fewer people to go crazy. But again, you see smoke, you see fires, you see machines, things that should not be things with tentacles, like biomechanical. You can't tell from this distance. They move like tentacles, more like legs or
Reminds
arms.
me of an Asian film I saw once.
Another classic. So the you land. You are quickly hustled in, or the comatose patients take an elevator. It's actually a funicular. That goes down just like Akira. The Greystone says, our final mission here is they have to power up some sort of machine. They believe that activating this machine with these two subjects strapped to it will be able to hold them off. Will be able to, well, change the course of events.
Do they explain this to us? Do they say, "Oh, we're going to strap them in because it's going to help"?
That's what Greystone's saying. There is a woman there waiting for you as the helicopter lands in a lab coat. A older woman, clearly some sort of scientist. White hair, very weathered looking. As surprisingly calm about the situation. She has a few robot attendants that are with her. Other than that, the lab looks deserted. You can tell that there's a nuclear power station right next to it, or very powerful cold fusion station. They're obviously using them. That's charging up, revving up, as it were. Greystone says, but the sensors are indicating that there is something coming towards us or there are multiple targets coming towards us. So we have to buy them time in order to get the machine up. At this point, where I'm supposed to, there's a chance that smaller infiltration units might be coming in. It seems they are targeting the patients. That's why we're being, why we've had such a tough time so far. I will stay with the, and there's some base security in the labs. You guys need to run the outer perimeter to slow them down as much as possible. There's an armory nearby. There's also some vehicles, some power armor. There's not much else I can say. At this point, you can see Greystone, whoever he really is just utterly exhausted. He's dead. You can make kinesics checks.
Do I have it? You'd think I would as a cop, but I don't.
I'll give you a plus 10. You can roll it at your savvy, whatever that is.
Savvy.
30? That's not bad.
20 plus 10 is 30.
97! Drugs.
I get that, actually.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell Greystone knows more about what's going on than what he's revealing.
How old are the comatose patients?
One is
old are they
a younger Caucasian woman, like in her 20s.
Yeah.
The other one is an Asian woman, older, like 50s, 60s. They look like splicers, or maybe even flats. It's hard to, they don't look like exalts or anything super high upgraded.
I will turn to Grayson and say,
Yeah.
So, how are two comatose patients going to help us stop some thing, and why is it following us? Like, what is going on, man?
Take your position. I'll tell you over TACnet. You just have to hold the line. I mean, there's nowhere to go anyways. At this point they're all coming to town for dinner anyway. Good night, Jim.
Take it easy, man.
Yeah.
I died as I lived.
Amazingly.
Yes, messily.
Look, there's nowhere to go. Even if you wanted to escape now, they'd shoot you. The helicopter. This helicopter doesn't have enough fuel anyway to make it far, and they just shoot you down. There's nowhere to go. I mean, we're too far from any place that's going off orbit.
Whoa. When I got drafted for this job, man, they said I could get off the Earth.
Yeah, well, we just said that to get you to do it. We don't have many people who are qualified for this kind of work anymore.
Man, you lied to me? You lied to my face? That's not
Look,
cool, man.
That was
That's not
I'm a
cool.
soldier and I obey orders. That's my job. But I was
Well,
there
maybe
when,
it's my
all this
job
happened.
to just walk myself right out of the space and take my chances. Huh?
Hang on
Maybe-
a minute, mate. Hang
You
on.
died. We
Let's
are.
wait a second. Let's just take a minute. Grayson, what are the comms like in this place?
I don't know. They looks like they have short range comms. I don't know if there's long range.
I'm just
There
wondering
might-
if
you
we
might-
can back up our egos to somewhere off-world.
Look, if your egos, look, your cortical stack, there might be a way for that to happen. There are some spares, special experimental ones with stealth modules. Look, he shows you one as a chameleon. He pushes a button as you're all walking to the armory. He shows you one of them, and he says, "Look, it has a chameleon cloak, has an advanced AI to avoid detection and to go to an evac center." And they're very small. Cortical stacks are easy. This could, in a couple hours, get to an evac station. So after you die, you could just back up now, put in a spare, and your cortical stack could go there. I don't know if it'll make it or not, but what other choice do we have? But that's
I'm
it.
glaring at him so hard right now.
Look, here's what I've been told. What you need to know is this could be it. This could be a reset button. This could change everything. And
Did you invent time travel, Grayson?
I'm not a soldier. I mean, I'm a soldier. I'm not a scientist, but I've been told that this could. I don't know if it's. They didn't say time travel. They just said they could reset everything. I'm thinking maybe it shuts everything off. We get a second shot at whatever caused this in the first place. Okay, so yeah, is everybody going to be taking advantage of the put a cortical stack in the stealth bot and let it go on its merry way?
I am, but I'm also going to take my baboon, Micah, aside and have a chat with him. Not that
Okay.
he can talk back.
No,
Micah?
not really.
I think that we're going to have to part ways. I'm not going to force you to stay here, even though I really could, because you have a puppet sock.
He's so honest with it.
I want you to go with this little stealth bot here, and hopefully my backup will take good care of you, or at the least feed you.
Okay, give me a animal handling check.
I've got 55 animal handling, babe.
I'll give you a +10.
I succeed with a +10. I got 50.
He hugs your leg. He looks very sad.
Oh.
I take his cigarette
Yeah.
away from him.
Now he sulks.
You gotta quit smoking, man. These things will be the death of you. And then I take a long drag of
Yeah.
his cigarette.
He waves his hands.
That's
He
been in his
waves.
mouth.
He's a smart baboon. He's not. He's clean.
He might have a clean metabolism. You don't know.
Yeah.
Right on the lip.
So he leaves with the stealth bot. They go bounding off to have an adventure, like a Disney movie. Only the end of the human race is happening.
I would watch that.
Like Grant Morrison writing about animals again. It's almost
Oh,
Man,
the
God.
same.
Pixar got really dark after the end of the world.
Yeah.
Wally
most bizarre
2
version of
is a
Homeward
baboon
Bound
for
ever.
some reason.
The what? I'm sorry.
Hmm?
What were you saying, Raymond?
Oh, I said Wally 2. There's a baboon. For some
Yeah,
reason.
Wally too. Wally the prequel. All right, yeah,
So
they
wait,
go off. Yeah.
where's this room that we're in now? We're like in a big laboratory.
You're in
or-
the armory, which is above ground. The
Oh, so
lab
we're in the
itself is
armory.
underground.
Okay.
Ooh.
Gotcha,
You have
gotcha.
all kinds of toys. So,
Can I grab a kinetic machine gun? Kinetic
Yes.
railgun machine gun?
Yes, you sure can.
Plasma
Uh,
rifle.
Mag?
The what?
With the extended magazine?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
You can have all the things. In fact, they have a fabricator that is unlocked and has blueprints for all kinds of things, and can make you one weapon or something. You know, the thing right now is time, and obviously, what are you going to do? There are forces coming from all directions. There is one big blip on the radar that is coming very slowly but very steadily from the north. There's multiple smaller signals coming from the east and the south, and some medium ones coming from the west. And so the thing is, the lab is underground. It is secure. But you want to hold above ground as long as possible. There are some in case there's tunneling bots, the Greystone and the remaining base security will take care of them. But you need to try and buy them as much time as possible, and that means slowing them down, and also protecting the power station, which is right next to the lab, as long as possible, so they can build up. Apparently, there's some sort of massive charge going on. You could there are a couple of like hover cycles and bikes you could use to try and ride out, and you could mount a machine gun on them and try and lure them away.
Cyberpunk Mongolian warfare?
Yeah, exactly. Cyberpunk, yeah. That's one strategy. Two, you could there's lots of explosives you could set up an impromptu minefield.
I do have pilot groundcraft at 60, so...
Yeah, you could do that. There are other options. You basically, how will you hold down? There are, of course, civilians. You can hear mesh signals from civilians and holdouts and people like that. If you're ruthless, you could lie to them and say their safety and have them come to you. And when they run into the attackers...
Just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I'm totally doing that.
I'm not, because that's not in my character, but...
Oh, it's in my character.
So there's a lot. This is an open-end thing. So
could we get some plasma rifles and mount them on the helicopter and just have the helicopter like refueled and take some passes?
There is no fuel for the helicopter. All the available energy is being used for the power station to charge the machinery. It does have a little bit of fuel left, so it could go in one direction.
Does the helicopter have enough fuel for like a suicide run?
Yes, it does. That would be a thing you could do. So we'll just go again from left to right and tell me what you're doing. That would be like programming the AI to do that or instructing the AI to do that. So that would be a skill check, task action. So Dylan, what are you thinking?
I want to fabricate a couple of freezers and stack them around.
Okay. So yeah, you can set up some points, especially towards the southeast, where probably people are hoarding towards you. So you could use hardware armory for that.
All right, here's the roll. Yeah, I got a critical success with 11 under 40.
All right. Interlocking fields of fire and perfectly arcing them out. You will be able to hold you wish you had these at the hospital. That's probably going to help a lot. And you have tons of ammo for this. You can just hook them up to a maker that can just make goo for the freezer and just spray all day. So good job. Noah.
I would like to make a plasma rifle for myself.
You already there's a couple on the rack.
Okay. All right. And then I guess I could use hardware armor to just load the helicopter down with like explosives.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, just to make it an even bigger kaboom when we send it on a suicide mission.
Yeah. All right. So you're arming yourself with a plasma rifle and then just loading the helicopter. All right.
Yep.
Give me a free running check or a Psalm times 3. How fastly can you? How quickly can you load the helicopter?
I get an +6 on my free running.
All right.
Only I still had my baboon. It could help him.
Yeah. Well, you set him off to possibly not die. Jeez. So Richard, what are you gonna do?
Do they have any battle suits in here? Powered exoskeletons?
They have one, yes. It has an open... It is matrixy, though, in that it has an open cage for the pilot. It's not heavily armored there.
That's fine. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Because does it have a radio booster? Because that's listed as a standard equipment for it.
Yes, it does have a radio booster.
All right, then I will broadcast a general signal to all the civilians in the area that, hey, if you are in trouble from all the crazy crap that's going on, head here. It's a military base. You'll totally... be 100% safe here. Don't let anything.
You have deception trained?
I do. I have it at 60.
I'll give you a +20 because
All right.
What character are you playing?
I am actually playing the Carbon Reaver Pirate, so yeah. So I get a 29.
Yeah, no, you start. Oh, thank God! I thought you guys abandoned us. We'll be
No, man,
right
we've
on
been
our way.
waiting for you. We've been waiting specifically for you and your family and loved ones.
Oh, thank God!
We've got
Thank
food.
you.
We've got medicine.
Thank you, Xenu. Yeah. Let's
And then I'll
see
just
here.
warm up the power armor.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you march out. What direction are you looking at? The big guy on the north, the little people in the south and east, or the medium-sized targets on the west?
I'll do the little people in the south and east.
Okay, that's where the freezer pointed to, so you can lock that down entirely.
Yes.
Raymond, what about you?
So I've got a couple of things that I want to do.
Sure.
First thing, I'm going to set my personal maker to start fabricating some flow.
Okay.
I also want to use networking criminals to try and contact any really dangerous sort of criminals that might be in the area.
Okay.
And so I'll make that roll now.
Yeah.
I got a, where is it? Networking criminals. I got a success on 31.
Success on 31. Okay. Yeah, no, there are. There is, that there is
Sorry, you go.
bank robbers, notorious, who are holed up nearby. They are openly broadcasting, "Hey, please arrest us," and you recognize them because they don't want to, die.
Well, I was going to lie to them and pretend to be like somebody they double-crossed in the past or had double-crossed them, but this will work even better.
They would rather the Black Star Gang would the Hollow Stars or what was the name of the async gang? Anyways, the Black Star Gang would rather go to prison than be face whatever's out there. But they're heavily armed and shooting it out.
I tell them that we have a safe zone, a safe-ish zone here.
Okay.
And sorry, you go.
Yeah, you can tell that to them. Are you using deception?
I guess I'll have to.
You can always patch them into my broadcast.
I could just use law enforcement to be all just broadcasting that I am a police officer and I have heavy weapons and whatnot at this defensible.
Okay. Yeah. You don't have to roll for that. You mentioned that. They immediately says, "Do you have an evac? Do you have an evac? We'll give up everything we have if we can get off Earth. Do you have that?"
We have evac for egos.
Okay. Which is a total lie.
Yes.
Can give me a deception check.
I got a. No, I fail on the deception.
All right, they see through your lie. They say, "Bullshit! No one's getting out of here. Goddamn pig's got to be a pig, even in the apocalypse." they hang up.
Just patch them into my broadcast.
Yeah. Well, they won't come, but they don't give a shit about the other people. They won't alert anyone else because they are criminals. Anyways.
Other thing I wanted to try just quickly is how long would it take to replicate some sprayer? Oh no, because that won't work. Some sprayer bullets for a regular machine gun loaded with disassembler swarms set to disassemble anything they come in contact with, but on a but also set to turn off after an hour.
You do not have the time to invent a weapon that has not yet been invented yet. So, unfortunately, you do not have time for that.
All right, that's all right then. I'll just stick with my armor-piercing rail machine gun.
Yeah. You can take up a position. You can give me squad unit tactics or something like that to figure out a good place to set up.
Can I use survival? Profession survival?
Survival will work, yeah. Yeah, that'll work.
What is that at? 70. So it'll be 60. I got 49, so I succeed.
Okay. So what side are you facing? North, west, or east, or the south and east? There's really three.
How many people do
basically,
we have
four.
facing the direction that the big dangerous thing is coming from?
Nothing so far, as far as I can tell.
Well,
Nope.
I guess that's where I'm gonna go with my
All right.
bonobo-tainted cigarette and my
Yep.
drugs.
Yes. Okay. So, the helicopter. Who Noah? You finished loading it. There is a basic pilot AI on it. You can tell it to go north, and then crash, but that's not very effective. So, does anybody have, I don't know, programming or something like that? Probably
All our
not.
muses
But
have programming at 40.
yes, they do. So, unless you have something better, or squad tactics
Yeah.
or something like that, to try
My
or
programming is
pilot
terrible.
groundcraft.
I do
You have to
I
actually
have
be
pilot
on the ship to
groundcraft.
pilot. I
have
would allow
pilot
you to pilot the
groundcraft.
ground. It's not in a groundcraft, but if you stay low enough to the ground, it counts. I'm going to treat that. So you can do groundcraft, but you actually have to be in it to do that.
Ooh,
And
yeah,
certainly,
no.
yeah.
I do have profession squad logistics, if that works.
All right, give me a roll.
All right. That is too much. Yeah, that's 76 out of 65.
You don't know other than to point it in a direction and have it go
Right.
boom.
Okay.
You can monitor it remotely through TACnet and blow it up when you see something through the sensors on it, but you can't really get an advantage or know which way to go other than straight at it.
Okay.
So what direction are you having it go at?
We should probably
North,
head it towards
where the big thing is.
one.
West, where the medium things are.
Does the
Big one. All right. All right. So let's see here. You get your Muse programs it very well.
Okay.
27 out of 40.
Ross,
Yes.
what is the terrain like outside in the direction of the big dangerous thing?
It is actually kind of pastoral. It's sort of a rural, remote area. There are
There's not a lot of
roads
trees,
and
though?
farmhouses. There are scattered trees. There are enough trees. There's actually kind of a tree line around the plant itself to hide the view of it from the road, which is kind of annoying.
We could maybe get the helicopter to skid along the ground at it. I don't know if that would be useful.
I think it'd just be
I don't
better
know.
to
It's
hit
just a thought I had.
just ram
Helicopters
the
don't
thing.
have great acceleration, especially.
Yeah. I keep thinking
that's
it's like
really
a
the problem
drop
with that.
ship with thrusters, and then I remember it's a helicopter.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it.
So anyway, Noah, you program it pretty well,
Okay.
at least as much as you can. And then you send it out. So that's how it'll go. And the creature sees it, or whatever, and shoots it down. As you can see, the 2-story tall humanoid war machine or something. It's terrifying. It's got a massive maw on it. It seems to be biomechanical. Metals sticking out of it. It has some sort of plasma weapon or something on it that fires from its chest. But the helicopter is still going pretty fast, so it tumbles towards it, and it explodes, creates a massive crater in front of it, hits it with shrapnel, so you've damaged it. But you didn't have a pilot to sort of, dodge the incoming fire before it hit it.
Right.
So, yeah, you haven't stopped it. So, Dylan, your freezers are actually working well. There's another horde of rioters, or just crazy people, and they're just swarming towards the plant. But you are just freezing them with your guns, your freezers pretty well. You go ahead and give me a kinetic spray weapons. I think that's a skill. If you have that.
I do not. I just have kinetic. I was planning on letting the freezers auto-freeze and then sitting there capping anyone with a ranged
Okay,
weapon.
all right. You can rig them up to shoot with basic AI, and they get a 12 because their skill would be to 40. So they're doing okay. You realize again, you can give me a kinetic weapons check to hit the ones that the freezers miss.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, I got a 45 under my kinetics energy, my kinetic weapons of. All right.
Okay. So yeah, with a 45, and that's a success. So we're getting a little network interference. We have been doing this for 3 hours, but we're almost done. And you managed to hold the line at least for a time on the southeast, so that's taken care of. And Noah, where are you setting up at?
Who set up along the north side?
You can set. No one's set up on the north side. You blew the
I will set
helicopter
up
up.
on the north side and try and melt whatever horrible monsters I can.
Okay. And Richard, there's
Yo.
nobody coming. You do get alerts. The people are begging for help now, as they're running into the monsters that they are. So you're slowing down them, especially on the west side.
Gotcha.
Do you want to reinforce the north as well, or do you want to take shots at whatever's attacking the survivors on the west?
No, I think I'm just gonna hang out here on the south side and just, pick off the small targets and see if
All right.
maybe I can just clear a path.
Okay. Yeah, you can give me a roll.
Sure. I will just shoot my machine gun. Boop. 85. That is a horrible miss.
Was that a failure?
Yes, I miss terribly.
Okay. Yeah, well, you're shooting guys that are already frozen. It's whoops. Or you shoot a guy then they're frozen. It's kind of redundant effort. So, so let's see here, Raymond. Yeah, you weren't able to get the other guys in there. The things are upon you. You need to hold out. What are you doing?
So it's humanoid shaped?
The giant war machine is, yes.
Yeah.
The big thing on the north is.
How far away is it?
It's just past the tree line. You can begin to see it push its way through the trees. It is partially on fire from the
It's got
explosion of the helicopter.
It's got a plasma cannon in its chest, right?
Yes, much larger than usual. It will
Does that thing
pretty
have
much
like
one-shot any of you.
Does it have like a
Anyways.
charge-up time or anything like that?
Do you have hardware armory or anything like that?
I do not. However,
Well,
I might have
Yeah.
something useful. Yeah, no, I don't have anything like that.
Yeah,
What I'm
you
gonna-
can't tell. You've never seen anything like this.
What
I
I'm
have,
gonna do... Sorry, go.
I just said I have hardware armor since I'm on the north side. Whenever you get done.
All right, you can give me a roll.
I get a 50 out of 60.
It does. It's not an exceptionally large recharge time. It's not exceptionally long recharge time.
But I'd be able to
But it
see-
can't single shot. It's like one shot per turn. But it is ready to go. It's already recovered from firing at the helicopter. So,
All right, so I'm
it's
going
looking
to-
for a good target.
I'm gonna aim at it, and I'm gonna wait until it looks like it's just about to fire, and then I'm gonna full auto the gun into the barrel. I'm hoping to make
Okay.
the gun explode when it's at full charge.
Well, it's more like a chest cavity. It's like a wide, it's like a very short, stubby barrel. It's barely sticking out of
Yeah.
it, so it's just like a big gaping hole in the chest. But yeah, you could shoot the glowy bit. It's a
indeed.
classic strategy. Noah, you can give me an attack roll.
Okay.
You two, you were both waiting for it, so you will both get shots on it.
Sweet.
I'm going to use a Moxie 2 reroll.
Okay, probably a good idea.
Yeah, because that was not a. Oh no, I did even worse.
Okay, well, whoops, you missed. It's a
Yep.
big, scary war machine.
Yep.
So Raymond, you can shoot as well.
Excellent. So do I get bonuses for aiming?
Plus 10 for quick action.
Yeah, so that will
yeah.
negate my minus 10.
Yeah.
And then where is kinetic weapons? There it is. Cool. 19. I hit.
All right, it's not even going to try and fray. So you tear into it. The bullets load. It targets you first since you shot at it. It's not quite down yet. But you tear it up.
The
So
plasma
let's
gun
see
didn't
here.
explode or anything. Oh, you're gonna roll for that.
Yes, I will roll for its attack roll. And it will hit you with a 42.
Okay. So the plasma gun didn't explode though from me shooting at it.
Not yet. It's damaged. It's still it's still functional. You have to
Okay.
do basically it's like
42.
number of full auto attacks or plasma. I'm just simplifying the amount of damage it's doing.
I'm going to fray with my bonus from the flow. I'm just going to check what the bonus is. +5 to coordination and +10 on perception. Okay.
Maybe +10 to your fray.
Indeed.
I believe.
Yes.
So
yeah, so my fray will be at 25, I believe. Yes.
25. Well, it rolled a 42.
Yeah.
So even if you're successful, it would still wit unless you have a point of mock. Did you succeed on your roll?
I did. I got a 20 on my fray, so I succeeded.
You need to spend a point of moxie in order to actually dodge it because it rolled a 42, which is higher than your 20.
Yeah.
Do you have a point of moxie left?
I don't, unfortunately, so I think I'm going to die.
All right. What is your armor at?
13 for energy.
13? Okay. You take 35 damage.
Jesus Christ.
Can
And
we?
it's got like
Is a
armor.
Plasma weapon is armor defeating. For it's not. It absorbed a couple points of that, but it is a oversized plasma cannon. It is does more damage than standard plasma. Standard plasma does like 3d10 plus 12.
Yes.
So this was it is very bad. Are you above? Do you have any durability left?
So did it do the full? How much damage did it do? Sorry, 30 something.
35.
35.
It did 35
Yeah.
after armor.
Let's see how much damage I took there. Plus 30, 35 was it? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you took murder, that would give you plus 10 hit points.
I didn't take murder, but I had a nano bandage on it. Might have healed some hit points. I am at my durability is 40. I took 59 damage. My death rating is 60.
All right, you're not dead yet. You're not having a good day though.
There's a
I
body.
know what I'm gonna do with like my last action though.
you can. Well, this will be the last round. As the machine is almost ready at critical. So Noah, you just need to keep it. You technically just have to keep it from shooting the power station. So first off, Dylan, the freezers are going well. You're shooting down you see it's like a hover car that's been converted. There's vines or tentacles growing out of it. It's racing towards the power station. You are on a building roof nearby. You can jump on top of it to intercept it, or you can shoot at it. What do you want to do?
I'm going to trigger my. Does it take an action to trigger my neurochem?
Okay. You get two actions then. You can.
Sweet. Then I'll leap from
or
the top of the building onto the car and try and cut out its control and powertrain.
All right, that would be free running to jump on top of it.
Ah, that's bad news for me. What can I roll as a default? I've got free fall, but not free running.
It should be based on slump.
Yeah. I would allow free fall in this check because you're falling. So, I mean, it's literally in the name of the skill.
All right. You got to be kidding. My free fall is 65, and I fail with a 66. So can I spend a moxie to re-roll that?
You sure can. You don't want that critical failure. That would be hilarious.
That's more
I
like
would allow
it.
you to succeed because. Yeah. Anyways.
61
all
under
right, you land on.
66. And then I'm
All right,
gonna,
so you land on it.
And then I'm going to hit it up with my monoblade.
All right, go ahead and make that attack roll.
When guns fail, we turn to swords.
I'm going to have to spend another moxie. 71 is 1 point over my blade skill.
All right, well, 17 will hit. It's not resisting. So you drive it in there. It goes haywire. It will flip over. So this will definitely be a free running check, which you'll have to do at default, as you try and avoid the crash. Try and tuck and roll,
All right,
essentially,
here it comes.
because it was going really fast.
A 65 will almost certainly fail.
All right, so let's see how much crash damage you take. This will be kinetic. So your armor can resist it. So let's see here. 22 damage before kinetic armor, and no, I will allow you to use full kinetic armor. So
All right, so I think I have 16 points of armor, so that leaves me with 8 points of damage, right?
yeah, that's right.
All right. that's under my
So
threshold, so
Noah,
Yes.
you are. Yeah. So yes, you're wounded, but you've stopped it from blowing up the power station. So the war machine is looking at the power station after just trashing Raymond's character.
Right.
You need to get its attention. Certainly, if you attack it, it will certainly draw your attention. You
Okay.
could also taunt it with an intimidate or deception check, or you could, I don't know, do whatever you want.
I'm gonna intimidate it. No,
Yeah, you can do that for fun.
I'm going to do. Can I do a quick action to get a +10 to aim?
Yes.
All right, and I'll do that, and then I will shoot it. What's the modifier for a called shot?
-10.
-10. Okay, I'll do a quick action and called shot
Alright.
to shoot it with my plasma rifle,
All right, go for it.
and I get an +7.
All right, you hit it. Yeah, you totally succeeded. It's heavily damaged. It cracks the plasma cannon. Actually shorts out with the second attack. Of course, it has secondary weapon systems,
Well, of course.
including shoulder-mounted secret launchers, which will be right on you. But you stopped it from blowing up the power station, so good job. And let's see here, Richard.
Hi.
What are you going to do?
So how's the base defense looking on my TACnet here? What's the situation?
Things are going really bad overall. If you're looking for a way out, there are holes in the enemies. They're close enough that you can duck and weave. If you wanted to run away like a coward, you could. Or
So
if
here's
you want
what
to,
I'm going to do then. I've already I've taken some murder already. I want to go on ahead and inject myself with some kick, and then turn
Yeah.
on my Neurochem. So that gives me +3 bonus speed. So I am going at speed 4, like body on the edge of consciousness, just pure adrenaline overload.
Okay.
And then I am just going to book it and count on my power armor's armor to just protect me as I just run full tilt away from this.
All right, give me a free running check.
All right.
Or pilot groundcraft, or pilot power armor, whatever.
No,
one you
I'll
want to
take free running because the power armor itself gives me a +10 to somatics-based checks, and the murder gives me another +10, so it actually gives me a pretty good free running. And I make it 43 out of 65.
Okay, you charge through the crowd of crazed rioters, shoulder slamming them like you're in the NFL. Only instead of
Later,
running to the end zone,
guys.
you're running for the exit zone. So, Raymond, as you are just on the verge of unconsciousness, as your body is desperately trying to keep your organs and from failing, you get a message. You also see Noah as the creature war machine targets him with a 20 with a just dual seeker attack. So Noah, this will basically 2 seekers with 1 attack roll. You can dodge it with 1 fray check, but you'll take double damage if you get hit. So Noah, this will be the last fray check. So
Okay, this is a half fray.
no, it's normal fray. It's a missile. You can jump out of the way.
Okay.
Should totally
I get,
revengeance this and just parry it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I get an. Wait, it was they rolled a 20 because I get an
Yes.
octo.
Oh, so
I
close.
will spend one of my last Moxie to upgrade that to a critical.
All right, you jump out of the way. You jump off the building just as it explodes, as it is torn apart by seeker
Can I
fire.
run up the building and backflip over the rockets?
Um, Unfortunately, no.
Man.
There's nothing to run up on. You're at the edge of the corner of a building.
Oh.
So it's just a one-story building. It still looks cool if you look at it as, as you're
Right.
jumping away from an explosion. And this is the point all of you get attacked. The TACnet suddenly cuts to Graystone's feed. As you see in the lab itself, this massive alien-looking machine. You've never seen technology that looks like it. The two women are strapped or put under it. Their heads are attached to some sort of massive kind of... you can't even tell what it is. But Greystone is there. You can hear gunfire in the distance. You see the woman in the white hair look at Greystone and through all of you and then looks down at the woman, says, "Don't worry, we'll try again." And she finally activates a button, and everything goes white for a moment. As you see, all of you feel this sensation of floating, like in a void. You feel just empty, but then the reality kind of sort of coalesces around you. You feel numb. You're not really sure where you are. But as you're awakening, as you're suddenly stop floating. You sense you're in a dark room somewhere. At one end, you think, this was just a nightmare. I'm waking up in my bed at home. And then the other one thinks, no, I'm somewhere else. There are voices on the other side of the door. What are they saying? So what do your characters hope, and what do they fear they will be? So we'll just get left to right. Dylan, what do you hope where do you hope you're waking up to? Where do you fear you're waking up to? What are you afraid of?
I hope I'm waking up off of Earth, and I fear that I'm waking up back in Kinshasa, about to start protecting the refugee column again.
All right, very good. Noah?
I hope I'm waking up off planet.
Okay.
Maybe on like Luna or something. And I fear that I have been devoured by whatever this machine is, and it's just toying with my brain.
Okay, yeah. That is terrifying. Richard?
I am hoping that I have successfully run away from this thing and have ego-casted myself to Elysium on Mars, where I can live up the high life on the frontier. And I'm terrified that my power armor has malfunctioned and left me stranded in the middle of the wilderness on the hellhole that is now Earth.
All right, and finally, Raymond.
I hope that I'm waking up at the morning after some wonderful party, and there's going to be some Kayla nearby, so I can, fix what ails me. But I fear that I'm about to wake up and start that whole day again, protecting those VIPs in that damn hospital and watching people die.
All right, yeah. Okay, and that's where we'll leave off. To be continued, perhaps. So, this was the Evac, an Eclipse Phase one-shot. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but all will be made clear sooner or later. Question, comment, discussion. You guys like it? Have fun?
Oh, yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. It was
It
great.
was nice to finally get to play Eclipse Phase.
Yeah, no, it's a fun game, and it rewards creative thinking.
Yeah.
And the more I run it, the more I enjoy it too. So, yeah, I don't want to. There is a reason that this was structured in this particular way, but I don't want to spoil it. But it will be, if you keep listening to the podcast, you'll soon find out why it was done this way. So
I reckon it was some kind of civil space to try and, rerun a scenario or something.
I have my own theory,
interesting
but I won't
theory.
say anything.
The old thing was all a dream, Gambit.
I don't expect I don't expect Ross to confirm any of the theories.
not yet.
Indeed.
All in due time.
Well, clearly there's just a kid in a hospital in the dream system who's just imagined all this
Damn
because
it.
he's dying of a terminal illness.
Because they don't use the
Yes, the
technology
St.
that
Elsewhere
is-
theory.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's enough for tonight. I'll get this online for other
Awesome.
people to do.
I hope
So
everyone
that's
enjoys it.
Yay. All right. We'll see you guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Ross.
Bye.